Chapter 2862. Are you threatening me? Ji Fan's expression changed drastically when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. As the Arhat of the blissful sect, he had never been threatened in such a manner before. You can think of it that way. Duan Lingtian said indifferently, as the Arhat of the blissful sect and a candidate to be the next sect leader, you should think about the blissful sect. Otherwise, not only will you lose your life, but you'll also implicate the blissful sect. A hint of coldness flashed in Duan Lingtian's eyes when he reached the end of his sentence. Moreover, he exuded confidence as well. It was as though he had the backing of a powerful clan in the central area, the Crimson Firmament Duan clan. Ji Fan's expression changed drastically as soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking. At this moment, Lian looked at Duan Lingtian coldly before he said in a deep voice, Master Duan, based on your words, not only are you going to deal with Fan but you're going to deal with the blissful sect as well? Since the blissful sect appointed him as the Arhat, it's only natural that they're prepared to be implicated by him. Duan Lingtian's expression did not change at all when he saw Lian's cold expression. It was as though he was not afraid of Lian, a 9 palaces celestial duke. Lian stared at Duan Lingtian intently as though he was trying to detect a hint of guilt on Duan Lingtian's face. So long as there was even the slightest trace of a guilty conscience on Duan Lingtian's face, he would immediately kill Duan Lingtian like a bolt of lightning. However, from the beginning until the end, Duan Lingtian's expression remained calm. It was as though he would be able to maintain his composure even if Mount Tai collapsed in front of him. Moreover, he exuded a strong sense of confidence. Lian had no choice but to act cautiously. Although Duan Lingtian had never used anything to prove his identity, and he had never heard of the Crimson Sky Duan clan in the central area, it was entirely possible that Duan Lingtian was lying. Even so, before he could confirm that Duan Lingtian was lying, he did not dare to touch Duan Lingtian. After all, if Duan Lingtian was telling the truth, the blissful sect would be in deep trouble. Besides, the conflict between the blissful sect and the Duan Lingtian was not that serious, so it was not worth the risk. Lian coldly snorted again. He stared deeply at Duan Lingtian before turning his gaze to Ji Fan. Fan, let's go. When Ji Fan heard this, he immediately left with Lian. The other members of the blissful sect followed suit. Grandmaster, do you really believe his words? Ji Fan couldn't help but ask as he followed behind Lian. No, I don't. Lian shook his head. I can't completely trust his words, but I can't not trust him either. Before we confirm his identity and background, there's no need for us to take the risk unless the conflict between us has reached a point of no return. As for his identity and background, I'll send a message back to the sect leader and ask him to send someone to investigate it. Even if I have to turn the entire wasteland upside down, I'll find out who he is. If he's really from the Crimson Sky Duan clan in the central area, I'll let it go. If he's not from the Crimson Sky Duan clan and has no background that the blissful sect is wary of, he'll die for sure. He'll die for sure. Lian emphasized these few words especially heavily, and it was mixed with ghastly killing intent. It was clear that he was enraged by Duan Lingtian's threat to Ji Fan. Ji Fan's eyes lit up when he heard Lian's words. I hope you're not lying. Otherwise you'll die when the blissful sect finds out who you are. Ji Fan's eyes flashed with killing intent as he looked at Duan Lingtian. After the people from the blissful sect left, the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect shifted their attention to Duan Lingtian. None of them had expected this. They did not expect the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial Sect to have such an extraordinary background. Master Duan, I apologize for not knowing your identity earlier. Chai Kong Yu and Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, were much more courteous to Duan Lingtian. They did not doubt Duan Lingtian's identity. After all, a prominent celestial alchemist who was not even 100 years old and a profound overarching heavenly supreme celestial who could refine overarching heaven pills was definitely not someone an ordinary force could nurture. In fact, even the top 10 clans in the central area would have to rely on luck to nurture such a person. Master Duan, Senior Hishan, Sect Leader Jian, I see some familiar faces. I'll go greet them. Chai Kong Yu's eyes lit up as he looked into the distance. After bidding farewell to Duan Lingtian, Hishan, the old ancestor of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, and Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, he led the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect away. When Chai Kong Yu greeted Duan Lingtian, he placed Duan Lingtian first. Clearly, he treated Duan Lingtian as someone from a powerful clan in the central area. Sect leader, the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect are here. As soon as Chai Kongyu left, a prominent celestial alchemist from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect looked into the distance and said to Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. Jianqiu Luo followed his gaze and saw a group of people who had just entered the alchemy square. There were 10 people in the group and all of them were women. The person in the lead was a beautiful woman. Behind her were 3 old women, 2 middle-aged women, 3 young women, and a young girl. The young girl was dressed in green. As soon as she entered the alchemy square, she began to look around. Brother Ling Tian. Isn't she the girl I met last time? Huaner's voice rang in Duan Ling Tian's ears. It's her. Duan Ling Tian saw the green-clad young girl as well. She was none other than Liu Luo, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. She had gone to the Tai Yi Celestial sect's residence to see if she was prettier than her senior sister. Yishan, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect, Situ Ming, and Yang Chong recognized Liu Luo as well. It's this young lady again? Yang Chong smiled wryly. After a while, Duan Ling Tian shifted his gaze to the woman next to the green-clad young girl. At this moment, the woman was chatting with the green-clad young girl. She was not looking at Duan Ling Tian at all. The woman was dressed in a light purple dress. Her eyebrows were like feathers, her skin was as fair as snow, and her waist was slim. Although half of her face was covered by a thin veil, her pair of clear and cold autumn eyes, as well as her elegant and refined temperament, was enough to make everything around her pale in comparison. Apart from that, her face was also covered by the veil. However, because the veil was half transparent, the outline of her face was faintly discernible, and one could vaguely see the perfect curve of her face. She was so beautiful that one could not help but have the urge to lift the veil and look at her face. One could imagine how charming she was even with a veil covering her face. If one removed the veil, one could not help but wonder how devastatingly beautiful she would be. It's her. With just a glance, Duan Ling Tian recognized the woman. She was none other than Murong Bing, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect whom he had slept with in the past. Murong Bing's current appearance was exactly the same as when he had first met her. Meanwhile, the purple-clad young girl, Murong Bing, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, who was talking to the green-clad young girl, seemed to have noticed Duan Ling Tian's gaze. She turned her head slightly and looked at Duan Ling Tian. In just a blink of an eye, both of them exchanged glances. Murong Bing's body trembled as though she had been electrocuted. She did not follow the group of people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Third senior sister? Liu Luo, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, noticed something was amiss with Murong Bing. She followed Murong Bing's gaze and saw Duan Ling Tian who was looking at Murong Bing. I was wondering why third senior sister was distracted. As it turns out, it's because of this pretty boy. What an irresponsible pretty boy. In the past, Liu Luo did not know about the relationship between Murong Bing and Duan Ling Tian. Now that she knew about it, she suddenly felt that Duan Ling Tian was an unreliable man who was irresponsible to her third senior sister. At this moment, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, who was leading the group, noticed that Murong Bing and Liu Luo were not following them. She could not help but ask, Bing or Liu Luo, why aren't you following? However, before the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect could finish her sentence, she was attracted by Murong Bing's gaze. This was the first time she had seen such a look in Murong Bing's eyes. She had seen such a look in Murong Bing's eyes before. Murong Bing's twin sister, who was Murong Bing's biological mother, was talking about the man Murong Bing loved. Under normal circumstances, her twin sister would only have such a look in her eyes when she thought about or saw the man. In the next moment, she followed Murong Bing's gaze and looked at Duan Ling Tian. It's him. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect's expression changed drastically as soon as she saw Duan Ling Tian. She had never imagined that she would meet this young man, whom she had only seen in paintings here. He was also the man she had once sent the elders under her command to kill for tarnishing her niece's chastity. After the elder returned to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, she had told the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect that the young man's name was Duan Ling Tian. Duan Ling Tian? I was wondering why this name sounded so familiar. As it turns out, the person who sullied Bing Er's virginity is Duan Ling Tian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial sect. At this moment, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect saw the people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect standing next to Duan Ling Tian. Chapter 2863. This is bad. When the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect looked at Duan Lingtian with killing intent, Zhou Shuqiu's expression changed drastically. It was not difficult for her to figure out what was going on. It was obvious the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect had noticed something was amiss from the way her best friend, Murong Bing, looked at Duan Lingtian. Moreover, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect had most likely learned of Duan Lingtian's name from the elders of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect who had been sent to kill Duan Lingtian. Perhaps before this, even if the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect knew the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect was also Duan Lingtian, she would not have confused Duan Lingtian with Duan Lingtian. After all, it was impossible for the two of them to be related. However, with the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect's intelligence, how could she not have figured out the truth from the way Murong Bing looked at Duan Lingtian and the fact that he was standing next to the people from the Tai Celestial sect? Junior Aunt Nangong. Zhou Shuqiu, who was afraid the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect would kill Duan Lingtian, quickly sent a voice transmission to the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. She knew very well that once the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect made a move, it would be useless even if He Shan, the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial sect, was by his side. After all, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was a 9 Palaces Celestial Duke. Although she was slightly weaker than Lian, the old ancestor of the Blissful sect, she was still much stronger than He Shan. If she wanted to kill Duan Lingtian, the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial Traveler sect would not be able to stop her. Zhou Shuqiu's master and Murong Bing's master, Wang Danfeng, had a good relationship. They had traveled together in the past and called each other sisters. Therefore she addressed Wang Danfeng as junior aunt. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was Wang Danfeng's senior sister. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was slightly distracted when she heard Zhou Shuqiu's voice transmission. The killing intent in his eyes also completely disappeared at this moment. Shuqiu, you're here too. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect responded with a smile. Junior Uncle Nangong. Do you know Master Duan from the Tai Celestial sect is the man with Bing-er? Zhou Shuqiu asked cautiously. You also know about Bing-er? The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect narrowed her eyes when she heard Zhou Shuqiu's words. Not bad. I don't care if he's from the Tai Celestial sect or not, I'll kill him today. When the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect finished speaking, the killing intent in her eyes intensified. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was glaring at Duan Lingtian with killing intent when Zhou Shuqiu sent a voice transmission to stop her. Junior Aunt Nangong, if you don't want to bring disaster to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, it's best that you don't touch him. What do you mean? Upon hearing Zhou Shuqiu's words, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect looked at Zhou Shuqiu suspiciously. Shuqiu, are you trying to scare your junior uncle Nangong just to protect him? Junior Uncle Nangong, I can lie to you but my senior sister won't, right? Zhou Shuqiu smiled wryly and replied through voice transmission. You can verify my words with my senior sister or the people from the Martial Dragon Celestial sect. Zhou Shuqiu's senior sister was Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. After Zhou Shuqiu finished speaking, she told the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect everything that happened after the people from the Blissful sect arrived. She also emphasized Duan Lingtian's background. Lian from the Blissful sect doesn't dare to touch him because he's afraid of breaking the vases? When the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect looked at Duan Lingtian again, the killing intent in her eyes had dissipated and was replaced by fear. She knew who Lian was. Unless Duan Lingtian came from a powerful clan in the central area, there was no way Lian would hesitate to attack him. How did he prove his identity? The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect asked through voice transmission as she looked at Zhou Shuqiu. He didn't prove his identity. Zhou Shuqiu replied. He didn't prove his identity? The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect frowned and said, based on my understanding of Lian, if he didn't prove his identity, Lian wouldn't hesitate to attack him. At the very least, it's impossible for someone from an ordinary sect to have his talent in alchemy and the celestial path, Zhou Shuqiu said. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect said. Celestial path? I know about his talent in alchemy, but what about his celestial path? He's not even 100 years old and he's focused on alchemy. It's already shocking that he's able to break through and become a great overarching golden celestial. The sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect said. He revealed his cultivation base to us earlier. Apart from being a prominent celestial alchemist who can refine overarching heaven pills, he's also a profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Zhou Shuqiu said. A profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial? As soon as Zhou Shuqiu finished speaking, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect's eyes widened. She instinctively extended her divine consciousness to probe Duan Lingtian's cultivation base. Junior Uncle Nangong has a way to conceal his soul aura. We were able to detect his cultivation base earlier because he intentionally revealed his soul aura. Zhou Shuqiu seemed to know that the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect would probe Duan Lingtian's cultivation base. At the same time, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect's divine consciousness returned empty-handed. While the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was conversing with Zhou Shuqiu through voice transmission, Duan Lingtian was also conversing with Murong Bing. After exchanging glances with Duan Lingtian, Murong Bing looked away and beckoned to Liu Luo to follow the others from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. However, she soon discovered that Duan Lingtian's senior uncle had suddenly stopped. Zhou Shuqiu's senior aunt, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, suddenly stopped in her tracks and looked at Zhou Shuqiu. Her expression changed drastically. It was clear she was communicating with Zhou Shuqiu through voice transmission. Long time no see. At the same time, Duan Lingtian sent a voice transmission to Murong Bing. However, Murong Bing did not respond to him. When she saw Duan Lingtian took 2 steps forward and was about to walk toward her, her expression under the veil changed completely. At the same time, she transmitted her voice to Duan Lingtian to stop him. Don't come any closer. Duan Lingtian instinctively came to a halt when he heard Murong Bing's words. He looked at Murong Bing with a smile and said through voice transmission, "You're willing to talk to me now? If you don't want to die, it's best that you don't come any closer," Murong Bing said coldly through voice transmission. Moreover, what happened in the little world left behind by the Celestial King from the Blissful Sect was purely a misunderstanding. I've long forgotten about it. It's destined that we'll never cross paths again. I know you're the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect now, but I, Murong Bing, still don't like you. For this reason you should give up. I, Murong Bing, would rather die than be with you. When Murong Bing reached the end of her sentence, the way she looked at Duan Lingtian was cold and distant. It was as though she was looking at a complete stranger. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's voice transmission, Duan Lingtian's body trembled violently as he felt an inexplicable pain in his heart. After a while, Duan Lingtian took a deep breath and looked at Murong Bing stubbornly before he said through voice transmission, "It doesn't matter if you like me or not, you're still my woman. This is an unchangeable fact. You don't like me now, but one day I'll make you like me. Of course, before that happens, I'll take you away from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, the 6 southeastern regions, and the borderlands," Duan Lingtian said. After all, what he had said when the people from the Blissful Sect were present was not entirely false. He had made up his mind. After the alchemy conference ended, he would bring Murong Bing away from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, the borderlands, and the central area. At that time, he would no longer have to worry about Murong Bing's master harming her. The reason why he made such a decision was because he was worried about Murong Bing's safety. Who knew when Murong Bing's master would find out that Murong Bing had lost her virginity and make a move on her? For this reason, he had to bring Murong Bing away as soon as possible. If it were not for Murong Bing, he would have stayed in the 6 southeastern regions for a while longer until his strength had improved. Unfortunately, Murong Bing might be in danger at any time. He could not afford to wait. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Murong Bing's body trembled slightly. She was slightly touched. She knew her best friend, Zhou Shuqiu, had told Duan Lingtian about her. Therefore, she knew why Duan Lingtian wanted to bring her away. However, the more touched she was, the more she did not want to burden Duan Lingtian. She alone was more than enough to shoulder the burden. "I won't leave." Murong Bing took a deep breath to suppress her emotions. Then she said coldly through voice transmission, "The Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect is my home. Even if I die, I'll stay in the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Don't come any closer. If you dare to take another step forward, I'll die in front of you." Murong Bing's expression changed again when she saw Duan Lingtian was about to take another step forward. She hastily transmitted her voice to him. Murong Bing's tone was filled with determination. It was impossible for anyone to doubt her words. I won't go over. Don't do anything rash. Upon hearing Murong Bing's determination, Duan Lingtian was certain Murong Bing was capable of doing what she said. He quickly stopped moving and sent her a voice transmission to comfort her. Oh. At this moment, Duan Lingtian noticed the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was glaring at him with killing intent. Could it be that the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, Nangong Xiu, already knows I'm the man who had a one-night stand with Murong Bing? Duan Lingtian had heard the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect was called Nangong Xiu. Chapter 2864. After all, she was the one who sent the Celestial Duke from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect to hunt me down. Not only has she seen me but she even knows my name. It's not difficult for her to draw a portrait of me since she's seen me. With this in mind and the way Nangong Xiu, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, looked at him, it was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to guess that Nangong Xiu had recognized him. Earlier, the killing intent in her eyes was at its peak. However, after she looked at Zhou Shuqiu for a while, the killing intent in her eyes lessened. I think Zhou Shuqiu must have told her about what happened earlier. Since Lien, the old ancestor of the blissful sect, doesn't dare to make a move on me, I'm sure she won't dare to make a move on me as well. As the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, she won't dare to make a move on me unless she's certain of my identity. After all, if she finds out that I'm from a powerful clan in the central area, she'll bring disaster to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. It was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to figure out that Nangong Xiu had spoken to Zhou Shuqiu earlier. Brother Lingtian. Is she the sister Bing you mentioned to me before? At this moment, a voice transmission rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. It was none other than Huan Er. Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded. Then he followed Huan Er's gaze and looked at Murong Bing. However, Murong Bing avoided Huan Er's gaze. I have to find a way to convince her to leave with me. The alchemy conference is a great opportunity. If I miss it, it'll be difficult to find another opportunity like this. Duan Lingtian made up his mind as he looked at Murong Bing. Junior Uncle Hishan, long time no see. Meanwhile, under the lead of Nangong Xiu, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, approached the people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. In terms of seniority, she had to address Hishan as junior uncle. Little Xiu, we haven't seen each other since you became the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, right? Hishan, the old ancestor, sighed as he looked at Nangong Xiu. He still remembered that the last time he saw Nangong Xiu was many years ago. At that time, Nangong was still not the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. She Xiu's at that time. In just a blink of an eye, not only had Nangong Xiu's cultivation base surpassed his, but she had even become the new sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Yes, it's been a few years. How has Master Hishan been all these years? Nangong Xiu smiled. Her master had some friendship with Tai Yi old ancestor. Although they weren't close, they were still friends, so she gave him enough face. It should be noted that with her current cultivation and status, even if she did not take the initiative to greet Hishan, Hishan would still take the initiative to greet her out of courtesy. After all, Celestial sect after all. Still the same. The old ancestor did not dare to be negligent. The reason for that was because he knew that with Nangong Xiu's current status, the fact that she took the initiative to greet him and even addressed him as martial uncle was already giving him enough face. After all, although he was acquainted with Nangong Xiu's master, they were merely acquaintances. Even if Nangong Xiu did not show him respect, he would not mind at all. However, since Nangong Xiu had shown him respect, he had to treat her seriously. Junior Uncle Nangong. Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect, took the initiative to greet Nangong Xiu. Just like Zhou Shuqiu, she addressed Nangong Xiu as junior uncle. Upon hearing Jianqiu Luo's greeting, Nangong Xiu nodded at the old ancestor before she shifted her gaze to Jianqiu Luo. Qiu Luo, it has been 30 years since we last met. The last time we met was during the alchemy conference, right? Nangong Xiu said with a smile. That's right. 30 years have passed in just a blink of an eye. However, even after 30 years, junior uncle Nangong is still as impressive as ever. Jianqiu Luo said with a smile. The two sect leaders exchanged pleasantries for a long time. After exchanging pleasantries, Nangong Xiu finally shifted her gaze to Duan Lingtian and asked with a faint smile on her face, "This must be Master Duan, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial sect, right?" Duan Lingtian's lips curled up into a sneer when he heard Nangong Xiu's question. Sect leader Nangong, I'm sure you've already guessed that I'm the person you sent your men to hunt down, right? Nangong Xiu had already guessed that Duan Lingtian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect, was the same person she had sent her men to hunt down. She did not expect Duan Lingtian would admit it. She was taken aback by Duan Lingtian's words. On the other hand, Murong Bing's expression changed drastically. Why did you bring this up? Are you seeking death? Murong Bing asked Duan Lingtian anxiously through voice transmission. It was obvious she was worried about Duan Lingtian. She recognized me. If she wasn't your best friend, she would have attacked me long ago. Duan Lingtian replied to Murong Bing through voice transmission. At the same time, a bright smile appeared on his face as he looked at Murong Bing. Are you worried about me? I'm not. Murong Bing's face flushed red under the veil as she looked at Zhou Shuqiu and sent a voice transmission to Zhou Shuqiu. Hunt down. Sect leader Nangong of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect sent people to hunt down Master Duan? Is this true? With Master Duan's background, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect still dares to send people to hunt him down? Isn't she afraid the Duan clan of the Crimson Firmament would destroy the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect in a fit of rage? Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, an uproar broke out among the crowd. Even He Shan and the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect were stunned. They did not expect this. They did not expect the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect to have such a conflict with Duan Lingtian. At this moment, everyone's attention was on Duan Lingtian and Nangong. Duan Lingtian looked at Nangong and scoffed. He continued to say, if it weren't for Murong Bing, I wouldn't have stopped the people from the Crimson Firmament from killing that Celestial Duke Elder of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. You should know that I wasted a Shadow Void escaping talisman when I stopped them from killing that old woman. Duan Lingtian looked at the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect coldly as soon as he finished speaking. His eyes were calm and fearless. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, Nangong's expression changed drastically. Previously, when Zhou Shuqiu had told her about Duan Lingtian's background, she had thought to herself, Duan Lingtian must be from the Central Plains. If Duan Lingtian was really from a powerful clan in the central area, then even if he came to the borderlands to train, there would definitely be many powerhouses hiding around him to protect him in the dark. If that was the case, why did Duan Lingtian flee when she had sent someone to kill Duan Lingtian? If he had such a powerful background, there must be a powerhouse protecting him in the dark. That powerhouse would definitely make a move when he saw someone trying to kill him. However, Duan Lingtian's words cleared up the doubts in her heart. What he said isn't impossible. In this way, it can also explain why a person like him who lives in such a remote place would possess a shadow-escaping void talisman inscribed by a celestial king. Nangong thought to herself. If that's the case, I'll have to thank you for showing mercy, Master Duan. Nangong said as she looked at Duan Lingtian. At the same time she began to study Duan Lingtian and nodded inwardly as she thought to herself, he's quite talented. He's not even 100 years old, but he's already a prominent celestial alchemist who can refine overarching heaven pills. Moreover, he's also a profound overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Regardless of whether he has such a powerful background or not, he's worthy of being a... Although, other than Nangong Xiu herself, no one knew about her relationship with Murong Bing. No one knew that Murong Bing was her twin sister's biological daughter. However, she still considered herself as Murong Bing's aunt. If she really could not kill Duan Lingtian, she still hoped that her niece would be able to find happiness. If you want to thank someone, you should thank her. Duan Lingtian said as he looked at Murong Bing. His eyes that were filled with hostility toward Nangong were filled with gentleness at this moment. At this moment, Murong Bing had also learned about what had happened from her best friend, Zhou Shuqiu. When she saw Duan Lingtian looking at her, she could not help but avert her gaze. Are you really from one of the major clans in the central area? Although she was avoiding Duan Lingtian's gaze, she could not help but ask through voice transmission. Murong Bing clearly remembered when she first met the purple-clad young man, he was pitifully weak. However, it had only been a few years since then, and he had already broken through and become a profound overarching heavenly supreme celestial. She could not help but feel shocked. Most importantly, he was a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine overarching heaven pills. He was not even 100 years old, but he had already achieved so much. Such a person was as rare as a phoenix's feather and a cheelan's horn in the southern heaven territory. If I tell you I am, will you come with me? Duan Lingtian asked through voice transmission as his eyes flashed. I'll have to ask my master, Murong Bing replied through voice transmission with her head lowered. When Duan Lingtian and Murong Bing first met, Murong Bing had been condescending. Currently, Duan Lingtian had grown to the point where he could look at Murong Bing as an equal. In fact, he could even look down on her from above. Although his current cultivation base was still inferior to Murong Bing's, he was still a celestial alchemist. However, he had another identity. He was a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine overarching heaven pills. Even Murong Bing had to look up to someone like him. Your master? Upon hearing Murong Bing's words, Duan Lingtian frowned and asked in a deep voice, what if she insists that you apologize with your life? Then I'll apologize with my life. Chapter 2865. You're stupidly filial. Duan Lingtian sighed helplessly when he heard Murong Bing's reply. He did not answer her question about whether he was from a powerful clan in the central area. On one hand, he did not want to lie to Murong Bing. On the other hand, he did not want to tell her that he was not from a powerful clan in the central area. After all, if he told her the truth, Murong Bing would no longer have any hope that they would be together. Although Murong Bing was still cold to him, it was not a big deal. However, it was not difficult for him to see Murong Bing's concern for him. In the past, he had only learned about Murong Bing's concern from Zhou Shuqiu. However, at this moment he could clearly feel Murong Bing's concern for him. It seemed like this woman was not completely unmoved by him. Gigolo. At this moment, a familiar voice rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. When he heard this, his eyes shifted to the green figure next to Murong Bing. The owner of this green figure was a young girl in green clothes. She was Liu Luo, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect and Murong Bing's junior sister. If you're a man, you should be responsible for my third senior sister. Take her away from the 6 southeastern regions and return to your clan in the central area. If you don't take her away, I'm afraid we won't be able to hide the fact that she has lost her virginity from our master for long after we return to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Liu Luo's voice rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. Her tone was particularly solemn. Based on our master's temper, if she finds out that third senior sister has lost her virginity and has no chance of becoming the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, she'll definitely execute her. A long time ago, another senior sister of mine died at the hands of my master because of the same thing. Liu Luo's voice trembled when she spoke. It was clear she was very worried about Murong Bing's safety. Ever since she was young, she had spent more time with her third senior sister, Murong Bing, than she had spent with her master. Therefore, to a certain extent, she had long since regarded her third senior sister as her own sister, so she naturally did not wish for anything to happen to her third senior sister. If you're willing to take third senior sister away, not only will I stop calling you Gigolo, I can even call you brother-in-law. As Lulua spoke, there was a hint of compromise in her tone. It was a compromise with Duan Lingtian. If your third senior sister knew that you cared about her so much, she would definitely be very happy. Although Lulua's words were somewhat childish, Duan Lingtian knew that her words came from the bottom of her heart. She really did want the best for her third senior sister. I just told her that I wanted to take her away, but she wasn't willing. She said that she had to ask her master. If her master doesn't want her to leave, then she won't leave. If her master wants her to die as an apology for what happened between her and me, then she will die as an apology. Duan Lingtian had already guessed it when Lu Luo told him that he should be responsible for Murong Bing. Lu Luo must have found out about what happened between him and Murong Bing. Furthermore, he was certain that Lu Luo hadn't known about this matter the last time he saw her. She should have only learned about it recently. Lu Luo fell silent when she heard Duan Lingtian's voice transmission. A hint of helplessness could be seen on her face when she shifted her gaze from Duan Lingtian to Murong Bing, who was standing next to him. Indeed, this was how her third senior sister was like. Qiu Luo. After a while, Nangong Xiu, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, called out to Jian Qiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. Soon after, the two of them led the people from the two sects away, leaving only the people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. Master Duan, did Nangong Xiu really send someone to kill you? After the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect left, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect asked Duan Lingtian. At the same time, Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing turned to look at Duan Lingtian with a puzzled expression on their faces. It was obvious they wanted to know the truth as well. Did Nangong Xiao, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, really send someone to kill Master Duan? If he really did send someone to kill Alchemist Duan, what was the reason? Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded. Why? The old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect asked again. Because with me around, Murong Bing won't be able to become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Duan Lingtian said bluntly as he looked at the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect who had arrived at the other side of the alchemy square. With you around, Murong Bing won't be able to become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect? Hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the old ancestor was stunned for a moment. He could not help but ask, why? It had been a long time since Tai Yi old ancestor had left his home. However, this didn't affect his understanding of the situation in the 6 southeastern regions and some of the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions. This included the fact that Murong Bing was a popular candidate to be the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. The first ancestor of the Tai Yi sect had even heard that the first ancestor of the Tai Yi sect, more than 90% of the high-ranking officials in the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, wanted Murong Bing to be the next sect leader. It was almost certain that Murong Bing would become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. And now, Duan Lingtian said, with him around, it was impossible for Murong Bing to become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. For a moment he was unable to react. Because Murong Bing is my woman. Duan Lingtian said indifferently, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect can't have a man. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the people from the Tai Yi Celestial sect were stunned. They instinctively turned to look at Duan Lingtian, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. Huaner's expression was calm, as though she did not care that Duan Lingtian had a woman like Murong Bing. So, she thinks Murong Bing will have no choice but to become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect after killing you? At this moment, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect did not think Duan Lingtian and Murong Bing had already slept together. He thought Murong Bing and Duan Lingtian had made a promise to each other. As long as Duan Lingtian was still alive, Murong Bing would not become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Duan Lingtian remained silent in response to the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect's question. What could he say? He could not possibly tell the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect that Murong Bing would not become the next sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, regardless of whether Nangong Xiao, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, had sent someone to kill him. However, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect took Duan Lingtian's silence as a tacit agreement. The people from the Alliance of Celestial Masters are here. All of a sudden, Situ Ming exclaimed in surprise when he saw the stone platform in the center of the Alchemy Plaza. Duan Lingtian and the others turned to look at the stone platform in unison. 8 figures, divided into 4 groups, descended from the sky one after another. The first group to land on the stone platform was a middle-aged man and an old man. The middle-aged man was dressed like a scholar. He held a folding fan in his hand, and his face was as fair as jade. One could tell he was a handsome man when he was young. As for the old man, his eyes were cloudy, and his face was expressionless. His gray robe was ordinary, and he looked no different from an ordinary old man. However, as soon as he appeared, many people gathered around the stone platform and bowed respectfully at him. Alchemist Ku. Alchemist Ku. Most of the people who gathered around the stone platform were prominent celestial alchemists from the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions. Duan Lingtian even saw a few familiar figures among the crowd. The prominent celestial alchemists Duan Lingtian recognized were the prominent celestial alchemists from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. After leaving the stone platform, they went to the side closest to the stone platform. When the old man appeared, they immediately bowed and greeted him. The gray-clad old man is called Ku Xian. He's a supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters. Although he's only a supreme celestial alchemist, there are only a few supreme celestial alchemists in the 6 southeastern regions. His status in the Alliance of Celestial Masters and the 6 southeastern regions is extremely high. As Duan Lingtian looked at the gray-clad old man, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect's voice rang in Duan Lingtian's ears again. The middle-aged man who's with him is a 9 palaces celestial duke. Not many people know his name. Usually, Master Ku addresses him as Little He, so many people think his surname is He, Duan Lingtian explained. When the other 3 groups of people landed on the stone platform, Duan Lingtian heard the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial sect's voice again. Each of the other three groups of people had a supreme celestial alchemist as well. They were all supreme celestial alchemists, the weakest among the supreme celestial alchemists. They were accompanied by people who were there to protect them. It was worth mentioning that one of the supreme grade celestial alchemists had a pair of twins who looked identical to him. The twin brother of the supreme celestial alchemist was a 10 Directions celestial duke. Master Jianghu. Master Jianghu. In the beginning, some of the prominent celestial alchemists took the initiative to greet the supreme celestial alchemist. However, in just a blink of an eye, their voices were drowned out by a wave of voices. Lord Zhongqi. Lord Zhongqi. Now, in front of the stone platform, most of the people were bowing to the younger twin, the middle-aged man. This was because he was a 10 Directions celestial duke. A 10 Directions celestial duke was the strongest existence in the 6 southeastern regions and the borderlands. Zhongshang Zhongqi. At this moment, Duan Lingtian's eyes were trained on the middle-aged twin brothers. He had heard their names from the old ancestor of the Tai celestial alchemist. The elder brother was a supreme celestial alchemist, Zhongshang. Chapter 2866. There were 4 supreme celestial alchemists from the Alliance of Celestial Masters. All of them were supreme celestial alchemists. They were accompanied by 3 9 Palaces celestial dukes and a 10 Directions celestial duke. In the huge alchemy plaza, the 8 chairs on the stone platform at the center of the plaza were prepared for them. They were the guests here, and they were also the people invited by the top sects of the 6 southeastern regions to host the alchemy conference. Master Duan, let's go and greet the celestial masters from the Alliance of Celestial Masters. He Shan, the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, said to Duan Lingtian before he led the way to the stone platform in the distance. Duan Lingtian, Situ Ming and the others followed after him. From the beginning until the end, Huan stayed by Duan Lingtian's side. However, at this moment, her eyes were not only on Duan Lingtian but also on the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Her eyes landed on a veiled woman standing among the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. It was none other than Murong Bing. A hint of envy could be seen in the depths of Huana's eyes when she looked at Murong Bing. Duan Lingtian had told Huan about Murong Bing. For this reason Huan was very envious of Murong Bing. After all, Brother Lingtian had acknowledged Murong Bing as his woman. Although Huan was always by Brother Lingtian's side, she could clearly feel that Brother Lingtian was avoiding her. Her big brother Lingtian had intentionally avoided her feelings for him, and to a certain extent, he merely treated her as a younger sister. This was not what she wanted. At this moment, Duan Lingtian was naturally unaware of Huaner's thoughts. Huan was no longer confused about the matters between men and women. In fact, she had already fallen in love with Brother Lingtian. Master Zhong. Master Ko. When Duan Lingtian and the others arrived at the stone platform, many people from the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions who had also arrived at the alchemy square gathered around and greeted the 4 supreme celestial alchemists. After the greetings, they dispersed one after another, followed by another group of people. Of course, there were still some people from the top sects who had not arrived yet. For example, the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect, the strongest sect in the 6 southeastern regions, had yet to arrive. What a beautiful woman. She's the legendary beauty of the Tai celestial sect. Without her veil or hat, she was the center of attention no matter where she went. If it were not for the fact that she was a member of the Tai celestial sect, many hot-blooded men would have snatched her away. Third senior sister. In my eyes, you're the most beautiful. I don't think she's as pretty as you. Liu Luo said to Murong Bing from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Murong Bing smiled faintly when she heard Liu Luo's words. Liu Luo, when did you learn how to lie? Miss Huaner's beauty is unparalleled. I can't compare to her at all. I know my place. She glanced at Duan Lingtian who was standing next to Huaner and thought to herself, with such a peerless beauty by his side, I'm afraid it won't take long for him to forget about me. Murong Bing murmured in her heart. She felt a little sour in her heart. In the past, before she met this man, she missed him dearly. She was worried about his safety. After seeing this man again, and especially after seeing such a peerless beauty by his side, she realized that unknowingly she had already fallen deeply in love with him. At this moment, the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect are here. It's the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect. Following the exclamations, the gazes of the crowd in the alchemy square immediately fell on the group of people who had just entered the alchemy square. The group of people who had just entered the alchemy square was led by a middle-aged man. The middle-aged man had a medium build and an ordinary appearance, but he had a dignified air about him. When Duanling Tian first laid eyes on the middle-aged man, he noticed that there was a sense of familiarity between his brows. After pondering for a moment, he realized why he had such a feeling. He must be Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Duanling Tian could tell the middle-aged man was similar to Bai Yu Xian, the young master of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Many people recognized the group of people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. As the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, it was not difficult for Duanling Tian to figure out who the middle-aged man was. The middle-aged man was none other than Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. The sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect seems to be a Nine Palaces Celestial Duke as well. Previously, Hishan had told Duanling Tian that the strongest people in the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect were the three Ten-Direction Celestial Dukes. The sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect was one of the Nine Palaces Celestial Dukes. Master Duan, he's Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Hishan's voice rang in Duanling Tian's ears. The green-clad old man behind him is one of the four great guardians of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, the Azure Dragon Guardian. Similar to him, he's also a Nine Palaces Celestial Duke. Upon hearing Hishan's words, Duanling Tian shifted his gaze to the green-clad old man standing behind Bai Wuji. Hishan had told him about the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Apart from the three supreme elders who were Ten-Direction Celestial Dukes, the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect also had four great guardians who were Nine Palaces Celestial Dukes like the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. The four great guardians of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect were the Azure Dragon Guardian, the White Tiger Guardian, the Vermilion Bird Guardian, and the Black Tortoise Guardian. Based on Hishan's words, it seemed like the Azure Dragon Guardian, one of the four great guardians of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, had come with Bai Wuji. He's the Azure Dragon Guardian of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect? As soon as Duanling Tian's gaze landed on the green-robed old man, the green-robed old man immediately looked back at him. The gaze in the green-robed old man's cloudy eyes was extremely sharp. It was as sharp as a blade, forcing Duanling Tian to look away immediately. What a terrifying gaze! Duanling Tian shuddered inwardly. This was the first time he felt how terrifying a Nine Palaces Celestial Duke was. Just a gaze from the green-clad old man was enough to cause his heart to skip a beat. Under everyone's watchful eyes, the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, led by Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, to the stone platform in the middle of the Alchemy Square. As the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect approached the stone platform, the 8 people on the stone platform walked down to greet the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Previously, when the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler Sect and the Blissful Sect approached them, the 8 people on the stone platform did not walk down. Instead, they stood on the stone platform and greeted the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler Sect and the Blissful Sect. However, now that they were facing the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, they walked down the stone platform. Based on this, it was clear that the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect's position in the hearts of the 8 people was much higher than the Compassionate Celestial Traveler Sect and the Blissful Sect. While the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect and the 8 people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect were exchanging pleasantries, at this moment, an anxious voice that sounded a little dispirited rang from outside. Sect leader. Sect leader. Although the voice sounded a little dispirited, it was still loud and clear in the Alchemy Square that had fallen silent due to the arrival of the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. A moment later, under the gazes of the crowd, a young man covered in blood limped into the Alchemy Plaza. His face was covered in blood, and he began to look around the moment he entered the Alchemy Plaza. Little Sixth. A middle-aged man dressed in a silver robe among the people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect cried out in alarm when he saw the newcomer. The reason for that was because the young man covered in blood was his personal disciple. Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, frowned as his expression darkened. The young man was the direct disciple of the second elder of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. His innate talent was so high that he was ranked in the top 3 among the younger generation in the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Master. Hearing the silver-robed middle-aged man's exclamation, the young man looked over and dashed forward. However, he did not go to the silver-robed middle-aged man's side. Instead, he went straight to Bai Wuji. But, in the next moment, the young man fell to his knees in front of Bai Wuji. His expression was one of grief. He opened his mouth as though he wanted to say something, but he could not bring himself to do so. Little Sixth, what are you doing? Bai Wuji asked with a frown on his face. Little Sixth. The silver-clad middle-aged man's expression changed as well. He could not help but feel anxious when he saw this. He knew his disciple very well. If something had not happened, his disciple would not have acted in such a manner. He immediately had an ominous feeling in his heart. Sect leader, Senior Brother Yu Xian? Senior Brother Yu Xian? The young man finally spoke, but his voice was trembling. He could not finish his sentence even after a long time. Xiner? What happened to Xiner? Bai Wuji's expression changed drastically when he saw the young man's reaction. He raised his hand and took out a soul pearl. He heaved a sigh of relief when he saw the soul pearl was unharmed. However, his expression changed again soon after. The reason for that was because he discovered that the soul pearl in his hand that originally contained his son Bai Yushuan's soul energy had already dissipated. There was nothing left of the soul energy. Under such circumstances, the soul pearl could no longer tell him if his son was dead or alive. Senior Brother Yu Xian. He was killed. Chapter 2867. A soul orb could store a person's soul energy and reflect that person's life and death. However, there was a limit to how long the soul power could be stored in the soul orb. Once the time was up, the soul energy within the soul bead would completely dissipate. At that time, the soul bead would lose the ability to reflect the life and death of the owner of the soul energy. At this time, soul force had to be injected into the soul orb again so that the soul orb could continue to reflect the life and death of the owner of the soul force. Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, calculated the time in his mind. Half a month ago happened to be the time when the soul power in his son's soul bead dissipated. Senior Brother Yushuan he was killed. Yishan, the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial Sect, killed Senior Brother Yu Xian. The moment the young man's voice rang out, it caused Bai Wuji's expression to change drastically. At the same time, it also spread to the alchemy square, which had fallen silent for a moment. Everyone in the alchemy square heard the young man's voice clearly. Duanling Tian was stunned when he heard the young man's words. He instinctively turned to look at Yishan, the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial Sect. However, after a moment of shock, his expression changed again. Shwa, 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 shwa. The people in the alchemy square were stunned when they heard the young man's words. All of them turned to look at the people from the Tai Celestial Sect. It was none other than the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial Sect. Senior Brother Yu Xian is the young master of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, Bai Yu Xian, right? Yishan from the Tai Celestial Sect killed him? Is this Yishan crazy? Bai Yu Xian is the only son of the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Why did Yishan kill Bai Yu Xian? Is it because of the conflict between Bai Yu Xian and the people from the Tai Celestial Sect a month ago? It's possible. But why did he leave Bai Yushuan alive after killing him? Aren't you digging a hole for yourself? Look at that youth's sorry state covered in blood. It's obvious that he escaped death. Also, did you see that? There was a hole in his chest where his heart was, but he wasn't dead. Obviously his heart is partial. Perhaps that's why he was able to escape this calamity. In the alchemy square, many people who were looking at the old ancestor of the Tai Celestial Sect discussed among themselves. As he spoke, he looked at Yishan as though he was looking at a dead man. Yishan. Meanwhile, Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, looked at Yishan and said angrily, "You're the old ancestor of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect." Boom. As soon as Bai Wuji finished speaking, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body without warning. In the blink of an eye, he had already disappeared from his original spot. One could vaguely see an afterimage gradually dissipating. At the same time, a huge crater appeared where he had been standing before. Countless cracks appeared around the crater, spreading in all directions. From afar it looked like a huge spider web. The other people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect could only hover in the air. The ground they were standing on earlier had collapsed due to Bai Wuji's celestial origin energy. Bang! As soon as Bai Wuji's afterimage disappeared from his original spot, another loud explosion rang in the air, attracting the attention of everyone present. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Bai Wuji stood where Yishan had been standing before. On the other hand, the old ancestor of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect had been sent flying. The ground where Bai Wuji stood, with his feet as the center, was covered in terrifying cracks that intertwined into a huge spider web. Boom. Boom. At this moment, the old ancestor of the profound heaven celestial sect was sent flying into the stone platform in the middle of the alchemy square. Barf? Hishan, whose aura had completely withered, opened his mouth and spat out another mouthful of blood. His blood stained the ground, dazzling and eye-catching. Sect leader Bai. I didn't kill your son. After a while, old ancestor regained his breath and stared coldly at Bai Wuji. It was not surprising that Bai Wuji would seek revenge if he had killed Bai Yuxian. However, the problem was, Hishan did not kill Bai Yuxian at all. Hishan, you didn't expect this, right? My heart was born slanted. Do you think that no one will know that you, Hishan, killed senior brother Yuxuan and me? When the old ancestor of the Tai sect spoke, the young man covered in blood looked coldly at Hishan. His eyes were filled with cold hatred. The heavens have eyes and allowed me to live. Unfortunately, senior brother Yuxian wasn't as lucky as me and died in your hands. When the young man reached the end of his sentence, he pointed at Hishan. His entire body was trembling violently due to his emotions. Who are you? Why are you slandering me? Hishan asked in a deep voice as he looked at the young man coldly. Hishan. At the same time, Bai Wuji moved closer to Hishan and stared at him coldly. A month ago, the people from the Tai Celestial sect had a conflict with my son. My son was in the wrong. Even when he asked me to stand up for him, I ignored him. Bai Wuji glared at Hishan and said coldly, I, Bai Wuji, have shown enough respect to the Tai Celestial sect. However, you killed my son. An eye for an eye. If you don't die today, I won't be able to face my son in heaven. As soon as Bai Wuji finished speaking, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body like flames. His eyes were filled with killing intent as he looked at Hishan. Sect leader Bai, I said I didn't kill. Hishan was about to defend himself when Bai Wuji made a move at lightning speed. Hishan hastily closed his mouth and raised his hand to block Bai Wuji's attack. Fast. They're too fast. Bai Wuji and Hishan's attacks were so fast that only a few people present on the scene could see what was going on. At the very least, Duan Lingtian did not manage to see anything. However, even though he couldn't see it clearly, he could tell that the two of them were exchanging blows with great momentum, as if 10,000 horses were galloping. Boom, 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 boom. Powerful shockwaves swept out and slammed into the crowd, causing their robes to flutter noisily. A bottomless pit had appeared on the ground of the alchemy plaza where the two of them had clashed. The huge pit was so huge that it even extended to half of the stone platform and sucked in half of the stone platform. Half of the 8 seats on the stone platform were destroyed. The other half of the seats were sent flying as well. Something's amiss. Duan Lingtian could not help but feel that something was amiss when Hishan, the old ancestor of the profound heaven celestial sect, said the young man had killed Bai Yuxian, the young master of the profound heaven celestial sect. He did not know if Hishan was the one who killed Bai Yuxian or not. After all, Hishan was not always with him. However, based on Hishan's reaction, it did not seem like Hishan was the one who killed Bai Yuxian. If Hishan was the one who killed Bai Yuxian, he would have killed Bai Yuxian as soon as he saw the young man. If Hishan killed the young man, no one would dare to say Hishan was the one who killed Bai Yuxian. No matter how angry the profound heaven celestial sect was, it was impossible for them to kill Hishan over a disciple from the profound heaven celestial sect. After all, Hishan was the old ancestor of the profound heaven celestial sect. Although one had to pay with one's life for killing someone in this world where the strong were respected, there were other ways to resolve the matter. However, if news of Hishan killing Bai Yuxian was exposed, Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the profound heaven celestial sect, would have a reason to kill him. After all, Bai Yuxian was Bai Wuji's son. Under such circumstances, even if Hishan was killed, the Tai celestial sect could only suffer in silence. Moreover, as long as the profound heaven celestial sect did not do anything to the Tai celestial sect, even the reclusive celestial kings of the Tai celestial sect would not be able to avenge Hishan. After all, Hishan was the one who was in the wrong. It was only right to pay with one's life. Therefore, Duan Lingtian was 90% certain Hishan was the one who killed Hishan. Hishan was certain Hishan did not kill Bai Yuxian. As Bai Yuxian's biological father, Bai Wuji must have Bai Yuxian's soul pearl in his possession. Since Bai Wuji is acting so crazily, it's likely that Bai Wuji's soul orb in his hand is truly shattered. When Duan Lingtian saw Bai Wuji's madness, he could faintly guess Bai Yuxian's soul pearl in Bai Wuji's hand had shattered. Bai Yuxian was most likely dead. Duan Lingtian did not expect Bai Yuxian's soul pearl to be dead. Bai Yuxian's soul pearl was still intact. However, since the soul energy in Bai Yuxian's soul pearl had expired, Bai Wuji did not know if Bai Yuxian was still alive or not. At this moment, the direct disciple of the second elder of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect who was severely injured had accused Hishan of killing Bai Yuxian. Bai Wuji was so angry that he had lost his rationality. It did not even cross his mind that the direct disciple of the second elder of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect was lying to him. At this moment, there was only one thought in his mind. He had to kill Hishan and make him pay for his son's death. Bang! The battle lasted for more than 10 breaths before it finally ended with blood splattering everywhere. Bai Wuji, I didn't kill your son. At this moment, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's voice rang in the ears of everyone in the alchemy square. Bai Wuji's figure reappeared in front of everyone in the area where the blood mist was drifting in the air. Chapter 2868. It's the old ancestor's spatial ring. The old ancestor. The old ancestor. He's dead. Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing, who were standing near Duanling Tian, were horrified when they saw the spatial ring falling into the blood mist. The old ancestor. At this moment, Duanling Tian finally realized what had happened. Hishan had been killed by Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. In just a dozen breaths, Hishan, an 8-trigram Celestial Duke, was killed by Bai Wuji, a 9 palaces Celestial Duke. Naturally, Duanling Tian knew this was not the case. This was one of the reasons why Tai Yi Old Ancestor had been injured by Bai Wuji. Otherwise, Hishan would not have been killed in such a short time. After all, Hishan was one of the strongest 8-trigram Celestial Dukes. The old ancestor is an 8-trigram Celestial Duke. Although Duanling Tian did not see how Hishan died due to his low cultivation base, he could tell from the scene that Hishan had killed Hishan. Tai Yi Old Ancestor was indeed dead. Hishan was killed by Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Hishan, an 8-trigram Celestial Duke whom he had to look up to, had died in just a dozen breaths. At this moment, Duanling Tian only felt that he was so tiny. He's dead. Hishan, the old ancestor of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, died just like that? Heavens! Hishan was one of the strongest 8-trigram Celestial Dukes, but Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, killed him in just a dozen breaths? Is this the difference between an 8-trigram Celestial Duke and a 9 palaces Celestial Duke? Meanwhile, in the alchemy square, a group of people who had just recovered from their shock could not help but gasp. Most of them were shocked by Bai Wuji's ability to kill Hishan in such a short time. Although Hishan was an 8-trigram Celestial Duke, he was one of the strongest 8-trigram Celestial Dukes in the 6 southeastern regions. At the very least, none of the 8-trigram Celestial Dukes in the 6 southeastern regions were confident they could defeat Hishan. At the same time, some people were more rational. It must be because Hishan, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, was injured by Bai Wuji. Hishan must be much weaker now that he's injured. I forgot about that. That should be the reason. Earlier, when Hishan was caught off guard, he was injured by Bai Wuji, and it didn't seem to be a light injury. In that state, his strength was naturally far from his peak. If it was Hishan at his peak, Bai Wuji might not have been able to take him down within 50 breaths. No matter what the people in the Alchemy Plaza said, it would not change the fact that Hishan had been killed by Bai Wuji. From the beginning to the end, not only did the people from the top sects of the 6 southeastern regions not interfere, they did not even make a sound. Even some sects that were on good terms with the Tai Yi Celestial Sect chose to keep quiet at this moment. After all, in their opinion, the Tai Yi Celestial Sect was indeed in the wrong. Hishan is really unlucky. He actually left the young master of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect alive after killing him. Perhaps, it didn't cross his mind that the young master of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had a deviant heart. Although Hishan is the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, and the person he killed wasn't a Celestial Duke, it's unfortunate that Hishan was the only son of the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. The Tai Yi Celestial Sect can only suffer in silence. That's right. It's only right for the father to avenge the son. This is purely personal. It has nothing to do with the conflict between the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Even if the quasi-celestial king of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect is still in the 6 southeastern regions, there's no reason for him to avenge the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. That's right. As long as Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, doesn't make any moves against the Tai Yi Celestial Sect after killing Hishan, the old ancestor of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, the quasi-celestial king of the Tai celestial sect wouldn't make a move. Based on the words of the people from the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions, it was clear that He Shan's death had nothing to do with the conflict between the Tai celestial sect and the Profound Heaven celestial sect. The quasi-celestial kings they mentioned were those who had broken through to the celestial king stage but remained in the borderlands instead of going to the central area. Due to this, their cultivation base had dropped back to that of a 10 Directions celestial duke. These people were far stronger than ordinary 10 Directions celestial dukes. For this reason, in the borderlands, these people were known as quasi-celestial kings and quasi-celestial kings. Meanwhile, Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, looked at Duan Lingtian and the other people from the Tai celestial sect. I, Bai Wuji, did this purely to avenge the death of my son. I have no intention of provoking the conflict between the Profound Heaven celestial sect and the Tai celestial sect. I hope everyone here can bear witness to this. Bai Wuji said loudly as he looked at Duan Lingtian and the other people from the Tai celestial sect. Based on his words, it was clear that the Profound Heaven celestial sect had no intention of provoking the Tai celestial sect. Although the Tai celestial sect was not as strong as the Profound Heaven celestial sect, a quasi-celestial sect had a quasi-celestial king. After all, the Tai celestial sect had a reclusive quasi-celestial king who had annihilated the Tai celestial sect in the past. Bai Wuji, as the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, had to be cautious in order to avoid repeating the same mistake. Rest assured, sect leader Bai. The blissful sect is willing to bear witness to this matter. Lian, the old ancestor of the blissful sect, who had a conflict with Duan Lingtian, took the lead in expressing his stance. After he finished speaking, he did not forget to look at Duan Lingtian provocatively. With Lian taking the lead, a few other people from top sects followed suit. However, Duan Lingtian had never interacted with them before. The Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect from the wasteland were secretly delighted by the death of the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect. After all, it was a good thing that the Tai celestial sect had lost an 8 trigram celestial duke. However, they did not express their stance. Initially, they wanted the Profound Heaven celestial sect to bear witness to this matter since it would offend the Tai celestial sect. Since they were both in the wasteland, they did not want to antagonize the Tai celestial sect unless it was absolutely necessary. As for the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, naturally, they did not express their stance after the people from the Blissful sect expressed their stance. After all, there were many conflicts between the two sections. Naturally, even if the people from the Blissful sect did not express their stance, they would not express their stance as well. After all, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, Nangong Xiu's master, had a friendly relationship with Yishan whom Bai Wuji had just killed. Therefore, it was impossible for Nangong Xiu to express her stance on behalf of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Naturally, the other people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect would not overstep their boundaries. Thank you everyone. Bai Wuji cupped his hands together and expressed his gratitude when he saw many sects had expressed their stance. After thanking Duan Lingtian, Bai Wuji raised his hand. An invisible force swept up Hishan's spatial ring and brought it to Duan Lingtian and the others. I only want Hishan's life to avenge my son. There should be something from the Tai celestial sect in Hishan's belongings. I won't take it, and neither will the Profound Heaven celestial sect. Bai Wuji said as he passed Hishan's spatial ring to Duan Lingtian and the others. Sect leader Bai of the Profound Heaven celestial sect is really generous. He even returned Hishan's spatial ring to the Tai celestial sect. Bai Wuji's actions gave many people a good impression of him. However, a moment later, the good impression that had just risen in their hearts was ruthlessly shattered by someone else. The sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect returned Hishan's spatial ring because he suspected the Tai celestial sect's sect guarding celestial weapon is in it. The Tai celestial sect's sect guarding celestial weapon? Is it the king-grade celestial weapon? I've long heard that the Tai celestial sect has a king-grade celestial weapon. Moreover, it was left behind by a reclusive quasi-celestial king who helped the Tai celestial sect annihilate another top sect in the 6 southeastern regions. That reclusive quasi-celestial king from the Tai celestial sect was much stronger than the current Profound Heaven celestial sect. When he left the king-grade celestial weapon to the Tai celestial sect, he said that unless the strongest person in the Tai celestial sect or the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect is willing to give away the king-grade celestial weapon, they'll hunt down anyone who dares to snatch it. I've heard about this as well. Let alone the 6 southeastern regions, even in the borderlands of the Southern Heaven territory, nobody would dare to snatch the king-grade celestial weapon from the Tai celestial sect. That's right. Only those who aren't afraid of the reclusive quasi-celestial king from the Tai celestial sect would be interested in the king-grade celestial weapon. Duan Tian was not surprised when he heard the words of the people around him. After all, Shan, the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, had told him about this before. During their journey to Alchemy City in the Barren Land, Duan Tian had asked Shan about the king-grade celestial weapon. Based on the Tai celestial sect's strength, it was unlikely for them to keep the king-grade celestial weapon, right? At that time Shan had told him about this. The king-grade celestial weapon of the Tai celestial sect had always been in the hands of the strongest person in the Tai celestial sect. Apart from the strongest person in the Tai celestial sect, only the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect had the right to give away the king-grade celestial weapon. If the two of them did not give away the king-grade celestial weapon, they would be hunted down by the reclusive quasi-celestial kings of the Tai celestial sect. Although so many years had passed, the quasi-celestial king from the Tai celestial sect who left the king-grade celestial weapon behind might not still be in the 6 southeastern regions. However, no one dared to take the risk. Chapter 2869. Shan's spatial ring hovered in front of Duan Tian and the others from the Tai celestial sect under Bai Wuji's control. For a long time, Duan Tian and the others did not reach out to take the spatial ring. In the end, it was Duan Tian who spoke first and broke the slightly silent atmosphere. Master Situ, keep the old ancestor's spatial ring? You can pass it to the sect leader when we return to the sect. Upon hearing Duan Tian's words, Situ Ming took a few steps forward and put the spatial ring away. His expression was unsightly from the beginning until the end. Although Duan Tian was not particularly fond of the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, as the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect, he could not help but feel enraged when Shan died in front of him. However, there was nothing he could do at this moment. After all, his strength was limited and the Tai celestial sect was in the wrong. It seems like I was right. Things aren't as simple as they seem. While Situ Ming was putting away Shan's spatial ring, Duan Tian was staring at the young man covered in blood from the Profound Heaven celestial sect. It was this young man's arrival and information that had infuriated Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, so much so that he had killed Shan. Duan Tian, who had been observing the young man from the beginning, happened to see a hint of guilt on the young man's face. At this moment, the young man was looking at the spot where Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, was standing. If Shan had really killed Bai Yuxian, the young master of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, there was no reason for the young man to look so guilty. It seems like Bai Yuxian's death has nothing to do with the old ancestor. Instead, it has something to do with this young man. Duan Tian speculated inwardly. Until now, Duan Tian did not think Bai Yuxian, the young master of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, was still alive. He did not expect Bai Yuxian's soul pearl to expire at this time. He thought Bai Yuxian was indeed dead. However, the young man named Little Six had blamed Shan for Bai Yuxian's death. Although Duan Tian was very sure of his guess, he knew that if he did not have any concrete evidence, nobody would believe him even if he told them about his guess. The Profound Heaven celestial sect, they would not believe an outsider like him. Duan Tian's eyes, Duan Tian, the old ancestor, of course, to protect me. Duan Tian looked at the place where Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, had perished. He thought to himself, however, I'll do my best to give you an explanation and clear your name. After living 2 lives, especially in this life, Duan Tian had witnessed the deaths of many people. For this reason he did not care about the deaths of people he was not close to. However, he was still the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect, and the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect had treated him well. For this reason, Duan Tian wanted to do something for the Tai celestial sect. Naturally, he knew there was nothing he could do for now. Only when he was strong enough would he be able to find out the truth and prove the old ancestor's innocence. The death of the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect had caused quite a stir. However, the death of an 8-trigram celestial duke was not enough to affect the alchemy conference in the 6 southeastern regions. Therefore, after a while, the alchemy conference officially began. Many prominent celestial alchemists from the top sects had already begun to bet on the alchemy conference. There were so many bets that it was dazzling. After the stone platform in the alchemy square was destroyed, the people from the Alliance of Celestial Masters did not continue to sit on the stone platform. They began to walk around the alchemy square to intimidate those celestial alchemists who did not keep their word and refused to hand over their bets. With their presence, even if some celestial alchemists wanted to renege on their bets, they did not dare to do so. After the death of the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, Duan Lingtian could clearly sense the greedy gazes on him. These gazes belonged to sectless cultivators with extraordinary strength in the 6 southeastern regions. It was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to guess the reason for their greed. These people did not dare to covet the king-grade celestial weapon of the Tai celestial sect, but it did not mean they did not dare to covet the duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities in his possession. To be more precise, they coveted the duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities that he had won from the supporting Sun celestial sect and the Thousand Leaves celestial sect. Previously, when the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect was still alive, these people did not dare to show their greed. However, now that the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect was dead, their greed was exposed. However, Duan Lingtian was not bothered by these people's greedy gazes. After all, he knew this was not the case. Even if the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect was dead, these people would not dare to touch him. After all, he had the Tai celestial sect, one of the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions. Unless these people were confident they could kill all of them, they would not be able to do so. Otherwise, these people would not dare to act rashly. I have to be careful of the people from the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions. However, they won't be able to take the communication celestial talismans. Under such circumstances, they won't dare to snatch the communication celestial talismans from me. Duan Lingtian thought to himself. Before he left, the sect leader of the Tai celestial sect had given him a few communication celestial talismans. These communication celestial talismans were not ordinary communication celestial talismans. They were communication celestial talismans inscribed by celestial kings. These communication celestial talismans were left behind by the powerhouses of the Tai celestial sect before they left the 6 southeastern regions for the central area. This was to ensure the safety of the juniors of the Tai celestial sect. Since they had communication celestial talismans inscribed by celestial kings, they would be able to send a message back to the Tai celestial sect before they were killed. As for the sectless cultivators, they did not care about the communication celestial talismans. After all, they did not belong to any sects or clans. They were like monks without temples. The few words in the communication celestial talismans were not enough for the Tai celestial sect to find them. However, the rogue cultivators were more concerned about the fact that there were survivors in their group. After all, if they were in danger, they would use the shadow void escaping talismans inscribed by celestial kings to escape. Although the sectless cultivators might have shadow void escaping talismans, they were not 100% certain they would be able to catch up to them or kill them. If there were survivors, they might bring their floating image pearls back to the Tai celestial sect. Once the floating image pearls were sent to the Tai celestial sect, even if they had disguised themselves, their identities would still be exposed due to their disguises and techniques. If the Tai celestial sect wanted to find them, they would have to make it to the central area before the Tai celestial sect could find them. Otherwise, even if they left the 6 southeastern regions, the Tai celestial sect would still be able to find them as long as they were still in the borderlands. As one of the top sects in the borderlands of the Southern Heaven territory, the Tai celestial sect had a wide intelligence network that covered the entire borderlands. Naturally, the other top sects in the borderlands were similar as well. This was the most terrifying thing about the top sects in the borderlands. Among the sectless cultivators present on the scene, those who were interested in Duan Lingtian's duke-grade celestial methods and divine abilities were mediocre. Even celestial dukes were mediocre celestial dukes. With their speed, it was almost impossible for them to leave the borderlands and make it to the central area before the Tai celestial sect could find them. This was because the Tai celestial sect's intelligence network usually transmitted information through communication celestial talismans inscribed by celestial kings. Their speed was unimaginable to ordinary people. For this reason, Duan Lingtian was not worried about sectless cultivators attacking them. Master Duan. Suddenly, a voice that was full of energy entered Duan Lingtian's ears. It was unusually loud and clear. Upon hearing the voice, Duan Lingtian turned to look at the source of the voice. He saw a middle-aged man wearing an Immortal Master robe issued by the Alliance of Immortal Masters walking towards him. The Immortal Master robe was the same as the one he was wearing. Both of them were prominent celestial alchemists who wore the Earth-ranked Celestial Master robe. It's Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect. Just as Duan Ling Tian thought the man looked familiar, Situ Ming's voice resonated in his ears. At this moment, Duan Ling Tian recalled Situ Ming's name. The reason why he found the middle-aged man familiar was because he had seen him before when the people from the blissful sect had arrived. Xiao Gangyu was standing behind Lien, the old ancestor of the blissful sect. What's Xiao Gangyu doing here? Yang Chang's expression darkened. He was certain the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, Xiao Gangyu, was up to no good. Master Duan Xiao Gangyu is the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect. He's skilled in alchemy and can refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. At this moment, Situ Ming's voice rang in Duan Ling Tian's ears. What's the matter? When Duan Ling Tian regained his senses, Xiao Gangyu was already standing near him. Duan Ling Tian asked as he glanced at Xiao Gangyu indifferently. Umph. Before Xiao Gangyu could reply to Duan Ling Tian, a cold snort rang in the air. Master Xiao, as the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, I'd like to meet the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect. Chapter 2870. The person who was walking toward Duan Ling Tian was none other than Ji Fan, the arhat of the blissful sect. After a few moments, Ji Fan arrived next to Xiao Gangyu and looked at Duan Ling Tian provocatively. Although he and the blissful sect did not dare to offend Duan Ling Tian before he could confirm if Duan Ling Tian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect, was from a powerful clan in the central area, he did not dare to offend Duan Ling Tian. However, this did not stop him or the blissful sect from making things difficult for Duan Ling Tian or even taking advantage of Duan Ling Tian. Oh. Duan Ling Tian glanced at Ji Fan indifferently before he shifted his gaze to Xiao Gangyu, who was standing next to Ji Fan. You're Master Xiao, right? What do you want to do with me? Ji Fan's expression darkened when he saw Duan Ling Tian had only glanced at him briefly before looking away. He was the arhat of the blissful sect. Even the sect leaders of the top sects in the 6 southeastern regions would not ignore him. For this reason he was furious that Duan Ling Tian had ignored him. Master Xiao wants to compete with you on the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills. Before Xiao Gangyu could reply to Duan Ling Tian, Ji Fan said coldly. After he finished speaking, he looked at Duan Ling Tian provocatively and said, "It's fine if you don't dare to compete. After all, you're the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect. It's normal for you to be inferior to the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect." Ji Fan's words were laced with sarcasm. Compete on the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills? Upon hearing Ji Fan's words, Duan Ling Tian looked at Ji Fan as though he was looking at an idiot. I'm afraid there aren't many people in Alchemy City who don't know that Duan Ling Tian's success rate of refining overarching heaven pills is mediocre, right? About a month ago, I refined 3 overarching heaven pills outside the Tai Yi celestial sect's shop. I'm sure everyone in the Alchemy Square knows about this, right? When Duan Ling Tian finished speaking, he looked at Ji Fan intently. In other words, he had already seen through Ji Fan's intentions. Ji Fan's face turned pale when he heard Duan Ling Tian's words. Even Xiao Gangyu, who was standing at the side, looked slightly embarrassed. After all, they knew Duan Ling Tian, and Duan Ling Tian had successfully sexed Duan Ling Tian. To Duan Ling Tian's end. To Duan Ling Tian to Duan Ling Tian, and Duan Ling Tian to the Ling Tian, then Duan Ling Tian. Initially, they had thought Duan Ling Tian would agree to compete with them on the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills if they mocked Duan Ling Tian a little. To their surprise, not only did Duan Ling Tian not act rashly, but he even calmly brought up the matter of him successfully refining 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago. With this, it was impossible for them to trick Duan Ling Tian. Just as they thought their plan was about to fail, Duan Ling Tian continued to say, "Let's talk. Tell me. What do you want me to bet with?" Duan Ling Tian asked curiously as he looked at Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu. "Chem?" Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu exchanged a look when they heard Duan Ling Tian's words. They could see the disbelief in each other's eyes. After all, they did not expect Duan Ling Tian to ask such a question. "Arhat, under such circumstances, I don't think he'll agree to compete with us. He must be curious about what we want from him." Xiao Gangyu sent a voice transmission to Ji Fan. Ji Fan agreed with Xiao Gangyu. He did not think Duan Ling Tian would agree to compete with the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect in terms of refining overarching heaven pills. For this reason, he sneered when he heard Duan Ling Tian's question. "Since you don't dare to compete with Master Xiao, what's the point of asking this question? Don't dare to compete?" Duan Lingtian was taken aback by Ji Fan's words. Then he looked at Ji Fan meaningfully and said, "Who says I don't dare to compete with you? If I don't dare to compete with you, what's the point of asking this question?" "You dare to compete with me?" Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu were stunned when they heard Duan Lingtian's words. After all, they did not expect Duan Lingtian would say such a thing. Based on Duan Lingtian's words, it seemed like he really intended to compete with them. After all, based on Duan Lingtian's words, it seemed like he had seen through their intentions. "Why wouldn't I dare to compete with you?" Duan Lingtian replied with a question. Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu remained silent when they heard Duan Lingtian's question. They looked at each other and saw the shock and disbelief in each other's eyes. "Arhat, since Duan Lingtian knows we know he only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago, why would he agree to compete with us? Could it be that he was hiding something from us?" Xiao Gangyu asked Ji Fan through voice transmission. He could not figure out why Duan Lingtian was so confident. If he was Duan Lingtian, he would not be so confident under such circumstances. "That's impossible," Ji Fan replied through voice transmission. His tone was filled with doubt. "A month ago he refined the overarching heaven pills to deal with the people from the supporting Sun Celestial Sect and the Thousand Leaves Celestial Sect. At that time he must have done his best to refine the overarching heaven pills to humiliate the people from the 2 sections. At that time he couldn't have been hiding something from us, right? Unless he can predict the future and know what will happen today. But do you think that's possible?" A hint of doubt could be seen in Ji Fan's eyes when he reached the end of his sentence. "That's true." Xiao Gangyu nodded. He agreed with Ji Fan's words. At that time, it was impossible for Duan Lingtian to be hiding something from him. However, if that's the case, why did he act as though he was confident of competing with me? However, Xiao Gangyu was still in disbelief. "Alchemist Xiao, perhaps he's doing this to scare us on purpose. He's purposely creating the illusion that he intentionally hid something from us a month ago. Perhaps he wants to use this to make us back off." Ji Fan's eyes flashed as he speculated, "As long as we're scared off, not only will he not suffer any losses, but the others will also think you're inferior to him. At that time, not only will he not suffer any losses, but he'll even have the upper hand." When Ji Fan finished speaking, he looked at Duan Lingtian as though he had seen through Duan Lingtian's thoughts. That should be the case. After listening to Ji Fan's words, Xiao Gangyu agreed with Ji Fan. "Good, very good." Ji Fan stepped forward and looked at Duan Lingtian as he said, "Master Duan, since you're so confident, why don't you compete with Master Xiao, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect? We don't want much. We just want the bets you won from the supporting Sun Celestial Sect and the Thousand Leaves Celestial Sect a month ago." When he reached the end of his sentence, he looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully. About a month ago, Duan Lingtian had won a Duke-grade Celestial Method and a Duke-grade Divine Ability from the supporting Sun Celestial Sect and the Thousand Leaves Celestial Sect. Ji Fan's words undoubtedly revealed his wild ambition. He wanted the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities in Duan Lingtian's possession. The 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities? Duan Lingtian was taken aback by Ji Fan's words. Then he shook his head and said, "You should know that I only have the Memory Celestial Talisman that contains the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities. If I give them away, I'll lose the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities. After all, I haven't mastered them yet, so I can't inscribe the Memory Celestial Talisman that contains them." Duan Lingtian looked at Ji Fan meaningfully as he said, "For this reason, the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities are much more valuable to me than the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities to the Blissful Sect." "That's true." Ji Fan nodded. He did not deny Duan Lingtian's words. "For this reason, the Blissful Sect has decided to use 2 triple-trait Duke-grade Celestial Methods and 1 triple-trait Duke-grade Divine Ability as a wager to bet on the 2 triple-trait Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities." As soon as Ji Fan finished speaking, Duan Lingtian laughed. "Why are you laughing?" Ji Fan felt slightly guilty when he saw Duan Lingtian laughing. After all, he knew the value of 3 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities to the Blissful Sect could not compare to the value of 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities to Duan Lingtian. The Blissful Sect would only share the 3 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities with Duan Lingtian. If Duan Lingtian gave away the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities to Duan Lingtian, he would lose the 2 Duke-grade Celestial Methods and Divine Abilities. If this is all the Blissful Sect has to offer, I'm not interested in betting with Master Xiao. It's fine if you want to bet with me, but you'll have to show me your sincerity first." Duan Lingtian said as he looked at Ji Fan meaningfully. When Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu first arrived, not many people were paying attention to Duan Lingtian. As time passed, more and more people gathered around to watch the conversation between Duan Lingtian and Ji Fan. Soon after, more and more people began to gather around them. After all, it was human nature to watch a show. Moreover, one of them was the genius celestial alchemist, Duan Lingtian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect. Duan Lingtian was a young man who was not even 100 years old. If this was all there was to it, not many people would pay attention to him. Chapter 2871. News of what happened outside the Tai celestial sect's shop a month ago had spread like wildfire in Alchemy City. Currently, almost everyone in the Alchemy Square had heard about the incident a month ago. Everyone knew there was a prominent celestial alchemist in the Tai celestial sect who was younger than 100 years old who could refine the overarching heaven pill. Moreover, this prominent celestial alchemist was the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai celestial sect. Sincerity? Xiao Gangyu frowned slightly upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words. Meanwhile, Ji Fan looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully and asked, "Since you mention sincerity, what kind of sincerity do you want from the blissful sect?" At the same time, the onlookers began to figure out what was going on. The blissful sect wants to compete with Master Duan in terms of pill refinement success rate? They want the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities that Master Duan won from the supporting Sun celestial sect and the Thousand Leaves celestial sect a month ago? I think so. However, it seems like Master Duan isn't satisfied with their offer. They want to exchange 3 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities for Master Duan's 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities. It might sound like Master Duan has the upper hand, but when you think about it, it's actually a huge loss for him. That's only natural. Even if the blissful sect loses the 3 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities, they'll only share them with Master Duan. If Master Duan loses the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities, he'll lose the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities. Indeed. After all, he only obtained the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities a month ago. He hasn't mastered them yet, so he can't inscribe the memory celestial talismans that record the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities. I'm sure the supporting Sun celestial sect and the Thousand Leaves celestial sect won't give him the 2 memory celestial methods and divine abilities. As the onlookers discussed among themselves, they all felt that the same thing had happened. After all, the blissful sect's offer was far less valuable than Duan Lingtian's. Sometimes, the value of an item couldn't be judged by its appearance. It also had to be judged by how valuable it was to the owner. I'm not asking for much. Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes in response to Xiao Gangyu's question. As soon as he said that, the surrounding crowd's gazes immediately fell on him. Most of the people had curious gazes. They were curious about what kind of request Duan Lingtian would make. Not demanding? I wonder what kind of request Alchemist Duan will make. A group of people was looking forward to it. On the other hand, Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing looked at Duan Lingtian solemnly as they sent voice transmissions to Duan Lingtian to ask if he was confident. Facing their questions, Duan Lingtian didn't reply. Instead, he turned to look at them and gave them a reassuring look. Upon seeing Duan Lingtian's reassuring look, they felt reassured. Although they had only known Duan Lingtian for a short time, they could see how mature Duan Lingtian was compared to Duan Lingtian's steadiness. Since Duan Lingtian was so confident, he must have his reasons. At this moment, all they could do was wait and see. What do you want? Ji Fan asked as he looked at Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian glanced at Ji Fan indifferently and said, I'm afraid you don't have the authority to decide what I want. I think it's better for you to invite the old ancestor of the blissful sect over and let him decide if he wants to agree to my request. When Duan Lingtian reached the end of his sentence, a faint smile appeared on the corners of his mouth. He had an unfathomable expression on his face. Ji Fan's expression darkened when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. He felt a burning sensation on his face. There were so many people in the surroundings, and Duan Lingtian's words had caused him to lose face. I'd like to know what you want. Ji Fan's expression was cold as he asked in a deep voice. I heard the blissful sect has a triple trait Duke grade celestial method. If the blissful sect is willing to use that Duke grade celestial method as a stake, I'm willing to compete with Master Xiao. Duan Lingtian ignored Ji Fan's cold expression and said indifferently. As soon as Duan Lingtian's words left his mouth, the noisy crowd in the surroundings fell silent again. No one dared to make a sound. Everyone's gaze shifted to Duan Ling Tian in unison. He wants the triple trait Duke grade celestial method from the blissful sect? Isn't he too greedy? That's right. In terms of value, a triple trait Duke grade celestial method is comparable to 5 triple trait or triple trait Duke grade celestial methods. However, he actually wants to use a triple trait Duke grade celestial method and a triple trait divine ability as a wager to bet on a triple trait Duke grade celestial method? Although it's a little ridiculous, it's not a big deal for the blissful sect to agree to it. After all, Master Shao from the blissful sect wants to compete with him in terms of the success rate of overarching heaven pills. It's obvious to all that his success rate is very low. I think the reason he made such a ridiculous request is so that the blissful sect would back off. Not only would he be able to save his own face, but he would also be able to say that Master Shao from the blissful sect isn't as good as him. After a while, the crowd began to discuss among themselves again about Duan Lingtian's greed. He actually wanted to use an offensive and defensive Duke grade celestial method and another offensive and defensive divine ability that matched the value of the offensive and defensive Duke grade celestial method to bet on an offensive and defensive Duke grade celestial method. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Ji Fan's expression darkened even more. Even Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, could not help but frown. At this moment, just like the onlookers, they felt Duan Lingtian was being too greedy. Master Duan, don't you think you're being too greedy by making such a request? Xiao Gangyu asked in a deep voice as he looked at Duan Lingtian. Greedy? Duan Lingtian shook his head. Perhaps. However, although I've made the request, Master Xiao, you can also reject it. After all, I don't necessarily want to compete with you in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills. After all, I'm not someone who likes to compete with others. Xiao Gangyu's expression darkened when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. Duan Lingtian's expression was solemn. Duan Lingtian. Ji Fan looked at Duan Lingtian and said coldly, change your request. The blissful sect. Before Ji Fan could finish speaking, Duan Lingtian interrupted him mercilessly. If the blissful sect doesn't dare to accept the bet, then scram. My time is precious and I don't have time to waste on you. A hint of annoyance could be seen on Duan Lingtian's face when he looked at Ji Fan again. His eyes were filled with disdain. Don't dare to accept the bet? Who says the blissful sect doesn't dare to accept the bet? Ji Fan was infuriated. If you dare to accept the bet, ask the old ancestor of the blissful sect to come here. I'm sure he's the only one who's qualified to decide if the blissful sect's triple trait Duke grade celestial method is worth the bet, right? Duan Lingtian said. You? Ji Fan was about to say something when a voice interrupted him. At this moment, a voice rang from the crowd. Since Master Duan is in such a good mood, the blissful sect is naturally willing to accept the bet. I'm curious to know if you've been hiding anything from us for the past month. A commotion broke out in the crowd when the voice rang in the air. After a while, a figure whom Duan Lingtian was unfamiliar with appeared before Duan Lingtian. It was none other than Lian, the old ancestor of the compassionate celestial traveler sect, who was leading the group of people from the blissful sect. Lian was a powerful 9 palaces celestial duke who was widely acknowledged as the strongest person in the 6 southeastern regions who was only a 10 directions celestial duke. Lian led the other members of the blissful sect to Ji Fan's side. Step by step the crowd parted for them. Grandmaster. Ji Fan frowned slightly when he heard Lian's words. His celestial method and divine ability aren't as valuable as the blissful sect's triple trait Duke grade celestial method. Even if he hasn't mastered the triple trait Duke grade celestial method and divine ability, it's not worth it for the blissful sect to bet with him. Ji Fan grew a little anxious as he spoke. Fan, don't tell me you think he has a chance of winning? Lian asked through voice transmission. Grandmaster, although I don't think he has a chance of winning, there's no need for the blissful sect to bet with him, right? The triple trait Duke grade celestial method and divine ability he has is far less valuable than the triple trait Duke grade celestial method and divine ability. Ji Fan replied through voice transmission. Upon hearing this, Lian nodded. Then he turned to look at Duan Lingtian and said, Master Duan, the blissful sect can agree to your request. However, you have to add some stakes to the bet. At the end of his sentence, Lian added another sentence. No. However, the moment Lian's words left his mouth, Duan Lingtian reflexively rejected Lian's request. If the blissful sect doesn't dare to accept the bet, I won't force you. When Duan Lingtian reached the end of his sentence, he turned around and ignored Lian and the others. However, as soon as Duan Lingtian turned around, a hint of fear and guilt flashed in his eyes. Although this expression of fear and guilt was short-lived, it was still clearly seen by Lian, who says the blissful sect doesn't dare to accept the bet? When Duanling Tian completely turned around, Lian looked at Duanling Tian's back and shouted in a deep voice. Chapter 2872. At the most critical moment, Lian finally spoke and agreed to Duanling Tian's practically unreasonable request. Naturally, Duanling Tian's request was not completely unreasonable. After all, the blissful sect was the one who had initiated the competition, and Duanling Tian was the one who had been passive from the beginning until now. Therefore, Duanling Tian had an absolute advantage in this matter. The blissful sect doesn't have to agree to my request. If you don't agree to my request, I'll take it that you don't have the guts to compete with me and admit that your chief celestial alchemist's success rate is lower than mine. This was the domineering attitude that Duanling Tian had displayed. All right. We'll do as you say. Upon hearing Lian's words, Duanling Tian, who had just taken a step forward, came to a halt. Duanling Tian did not turn around. With his back facing Lian, he asked, Senior Lian, are you saying you're willing to use the blissful sect's triple trait dupe grade celestial method as the prize for my success rate in refining the overarching heaven pill? Yes. When Lian saw that Duanling Tian did not turn around, he saw through Duanling Tian's guilty conscience. He did not hesitate to reply to Duanling Tian. Master Duan, the blissful sect has already shown you enough sincerity. If you still don't agree to our bet, we can only say that you don't have the guts to compete with Master Shao of the blissful sect. It's not that Master Shao is afraid of competing with you. At this moment, Duanling Tian finally turned around and looked at Lian meaningfully before he asked, Are you sure you want Master Shao to compete with me in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills? It's not too late to back out now. Why don't you reconsider, Senior Lian? When Duanling Tian finished speaking, his expression was calm and emotionless. Moreover, the gaze that shot out from his eyes when he looked at Lian was extremely calm as well. There's no need for me to reconsider. Although Duanling Tian did not give himself away in Lian's opinion, Duanling Tian must be pretending to be calm. In fact, there was already a storm raging in the depths of his heart, but he just did not show it. He thought the reason Duanling Tian asked him to consider was because Duanling Tian was pretending to be calm to scare him off. However, was he, Lian, someone who would be so easily scared off? What a joke. After all, Duanling Tian was not even 100 years old. Even the bridges he had crossed in his life were longer than Duanling Tian. Even the salt he had eaten in his life was more than the rice Duanling Tian had eaten. It's the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. The people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. A commotion broke out among the onlookers as they parted ways. Duanling Tian's opened a path. Duanling Tian's. This group of people was led by Nangong Xiao, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Murong Bing was among them as well. Zhou Shuqiu and the people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect were following behind them as well. They had come because they had heard about the commotion. Naturally, they were only here to join in the fun. Duanling Tian, sometimes it's best to step back. Earlier, I heard from Nangong Xiao, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, that not only is Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, capable of refining overarching heaven pills, but he has also successfully refined 6 overarching heaven pills. When the people from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect arrived, a voice transmission rang in Duanling Tian's ears, reminding him to step back. In other words, he wanted Duanling Tian to take a step back since there was no need for him to compete with Xiao Gangyu. Duanling Tian could tell the voice belonged to Zhou Shuqiu. Don't worry, I know what to do. Duanling Tian glanced at Zhou Shuqiu. Without waiting for her reply, he shifted his gaze back to Lian, the old ancestor of the blissful sect. Since Senior Lian wants me to compete with your blissful sect's alchemist Xiao, it would seem as if I'm a coward if I were to refuse. Fine. I Duanling Tian accept this bet. Duanling Tian did not hesitate to accept the blissful sect's bet for the 2 dupe-grade celestial methods and divine abilities in his possession. The people from the blissful sect were stunned when they heard Duanling Tian's words. Duanling Tian accepted the bet without any hesitation. Lian, in particular, did not expect Duanling Tian to accept the bet so readily. Of course. The people from the blissful sect were still feeling uneasy when Duanling Tian said, Before the alchemists from the Alliance of Celestial Masters arrive, you still have time to change your mind. At this moment, Duanling Tian turned to look at 2 middle-aged men who were walking toward them. They were none other than Zhong Shang, a supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, and his twin brother, Zhongqi. Apart from being Zhongshang's twin brother, Zhongqi was also a powerful 10 Directions Celestial Duke. He was also the only 10 Directions Celestial Duke present at the Alchemy Conference. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the people present on the scene followed Duan Lingtian's gaze and saw Zhongshang and Zhongqi. However, when Zhongshang and Zhongqi arrived, Lian, the old ancestor of the blissful sect, remained silent. Master Zhong. Lord Zhongqi. After a while, Zhongshang and Zhongqi passed through the crowd and arrived near Duan Lingtian and the people from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and Lian and the people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. Since the two of you want to compete, why don't I be the witness? Zhongshang asked with a faint smile as he looked at Duan Lingtian and Xiao Gangyu. Of course, it's best if you can be the witness, Master Zhong. Duan Lingtian replied with a smile on his face. Xiao Gangyu did not reply immediately. Instead, he looked at Lian and asked through voice transmission, Old Ancestor, what do you say now? Master Xiao, are you confident? Lian asked through voice transmission. Old Ancestor, over the past few decades, I've refined 6 overarching heaven pills a few times. Usually I've refined 5 overarching heaven pills. If I compete today, I'm 80% confident I'll be able to refine 6 overarching heaven pills. Xiao Gangyu's voice was filled with confidence as he spoke. Unless he can refine more than 7 overarching heaven pills, it's impossible for him to beat me in this bet. Xiao Gangyu said through voice transmission. 7 overarching heaven pills. Master Xiao, do you think someone who only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago will be able to refine 7 overarching heaven pills a month later? When Lian transmitted his voice again, there was a hint of mockery in his tone. Naturally, he was not mocking Xiao Gangyu. Instead, he was mocking Duan Lingtian. Master Zhong. Duan Lingtian saw Zhongshang looking at Xiao Gangyu, but Xiao Gangyu did not respond. He said, I'm afraid Master Xiao can't make the decision for the blissful sect. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Zhongshang shifted his gaze to Lian and asked, Elder Lian, is the blissful sect really going to compete with Master Duan of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect in terms of overarching heaven pills? If you want to compete, then I'll stay here for a while. I'll be the witness of this pill competition and bet. A hint of impatience could be heard in Zhongshang's voice when he spoke. After all, he had been waiting here for a long time. Master Zhong, the blissful sect will compete with him. Lian did not beat around the bush when he heard the impatience in Zhongshang's voice. Since you want to compete, let's see what both of you are offering. Zhongshang nodded and said, I heard the blissful sect wants the Duke grade celestial method and divine ability that Master Duan won from the supporting Sun Celestial Sect and the Thousand Leaves Celestial Sect a month ago. On the other hand, Master Duan wants the blissful sect's Duke grade celestial method. Is that so? Zhongshang asked as he glanced at Duan Lingtian and Lian to confirm the authenticity of his words. Yes. Both of them nodded. On the other hand, Lian studied Duan Lingtian a few more times, only to see Duan Lingtian's calm expression. He scoffed inwardly as he thought to himself, stop trying to be mysterious. I'd like to see if you can maintain this expression until the end. Even at this moment, Lian still felt Duan Lingtian was trying to be mysterious. In that case, both of you may begin to heat your cauldrons. Zhongshang nodded when he heard Duan Lingtian and Lian's words. Then he looked at Duan Lingtian and Xiao Gangyu before he reminded them. Duan Lingtian and Xiao Gangyu took 2 steps forward before they took out their prominent celestial pill cauldrons and began to heat their cauldrons. He's really going to compete? Isn't he afraid of losing the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities? Zhou Shuqiu could not help but frown when she saw Duan Lingtian beginning to heat his cauldrons. However, after a while, she discovered Duan Lingtian's calm expression. Her best friend, Murong Bing, who was standing near Zhou Shuqiu, remained calm. It was as though she was not affected by this at all. Bing, aren't you worried he'll lose the 2 Duke grade celestial methods and divine abilities? Don't you think he's being too reckless? Zhou Shuqiu asked Murong Bing through voice transmission. He won't lose. Zhou Shuqiu had never expected that he would get such a reply from Murong Bing. He won't lose. Zhou Shuqiu was stunned by Murong Bing's reply. After a while, she said skeptically, a month ago he only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills. However, Xiao Gangyu managed to refine at least 5 overarching heaven pills. Chapter 2873. Under such circumstances, why do you think he won't lose? Zhou Shuqiu's eyes were filled with disbelief when she looked at Murong Bing again. Intuition. However, Murong Bing's response to Zhou Shuqiu's question was simple. Intuition. This was Murong Bing's answer. Zhou Shuqiu was speechless when she heard Murong Bing's answer. She did not expect Murong Bing would respond in such a manner. In the past, Zhou Shuqiu would not have believed Murong Bing would respond in such a manner. After all, Murong Bing had always been a meticulous person who would not rely on her intuition. However, Murong Bing had acted in such a manner. Perhaps love can really make a person lose their mind. Zhou Shuqiu thought to herself. Zhou Shuqiu could not help but think to herself. She thought Murong Bing was acting out of character because she had fallen in love with Duanling Tian. After replying to Zhou Shuqiu, Murong Bing's eyes did not leave Duanling Tian. She could faintly feel a sense of confidence from this man. It was a very strong confidence. He was so confident that even if she wanted to worry about him, she couldn't at all. In fact, she had a strong intuition that Duanling Tian would win. He would not lose. This was the reason she had responded in such a manner to Zhou Shuqiu's question. Meanwhile, both Duanling Tian and Xiao Gangyu were fully focused on heating their cauldrons. Only after heating their cauldrons could they continue with the next step to refine the overarching heaven pills. While Duanling Tian and Xiao Gangyu were heating their cauldrons, many people had gathered around to watch the show. Time passed quietly. Although Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, was not the fastest in the 6 southeastern regions, he was still one of the fastest prominent celestial alchemists in the 6 southeastern regions. For this reason, it did not take long before he finished heating his cauldron and moved on to the next step. Although Xiao Gangyu finished heating the cauldron, it was still much slower compared to Duanling Tian's actual heating speed. The reason why Duanling Tian's heating speed was slower than Xiao Gangyu's was because he hadn't used his full strength yet. He still intended to maintain the heating speed of the cauldron at more than 10 hours. As expected of the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect. I'm afraid only a few prominent celestial alchemists in the 6 southeastern regions can compare to this speed, right? Quick. Too fast. It took less than 7 hours to heat up a superior grade celestial pill cauldron. His heating speed is truly shocking. After Xiao Gangyu spent less than 7 hours to heat up the high-grade immortal pill cauldron, most of the onlookers couldn't help but sigh. Xiao Gangyu also heard these exclamations after he finished heating the cauldron. For a moment he glanced at Duanling Tian, who was still seriously heating the cauldron, and a trace of disdain flashed in the depths of his eyes. Then he continued with the next step of the refining process. With his alchemy speed, I'm afraid I'll have to wait for a while before he can refine the overarching heaven pills. Generally, the faster one refines the pills, the higher the success rate. A month ago he only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills because of his pitifully slow heating speed. Xiao Gangyu thought to himself as he continued with the next step. He was certain Duanling Tian's success rate was much higher than his. Moreover, after coming to Alchemy City and interacting with the celestial alchemists, my comprehension of the alchemy Dao has improved again. I'm 80% confident I'll be able to refine 6 overarching heaven pills this time. Over the past few decades, Xiao Gangyu had only managed to refine 6 overarching heaven pills in one go a few times due to good luck. Other times he only managed to refine 5 overarching heaven pills. However, he was confident he would be able to refine 6 overarching heaven pills this time. In just a blink of an eye, more than 3 hours had passed. Swoosh. At this moment, Duanling Tian finally made his next move. He raised his hand and the cauldron began to rotate. He's done heating his cauldron as well? His speed of heating the cauldron this time is much faster than the one a month ago. Yes, it's much faster. I was there the last time. It took him 11 hours to heat his cauldron, but this time, it only took him 10 hours. His heating speed is so fast. His success rate of refining overarching heaven pills this time should be higher than the last time, right? I don't think so. Even if his success rate is higher than the last time, based on his previous success rate of 3 overarching heaven pills, he should be able to refine 4 overarching heaven pills this time. I think so too. After Duanling Tian finished heating his cauldron, the onlookers began to whisper among themselves again. However, none of them had any confidence in Duanling Tian just because his heating speed was slightly faster than the last month. There's no other way. If he wants to refine more than 7 overarching heaven pills, he has to slow down his heating speed. If I continue to maintain the heating speed of 11 hours, although I can still refine 7 pills like I did a month ago, it's too risky. After he finished heating his cauldron, Duanling Tian heard all the whispers among the onlookers. He was not confident he would be able to refine 7 overarching heaven pills if he maintained the heating speed for 11 hours. However, if he slowed down his heating speed, he was 100% confident he would be able to refine 7 overarching heaven pills. For this reason he had to do it. Master Duan, although I've heard that your heating speed is slow, I didn't expect it to be this slow. Don't tell me you can't even refine 3 overarching heaven pills this time? At this moment, Ji Fan, the arhat of the blissful sect, looked at Duan Ling Tian mockingly as he said, "You're not qualified to be my disciple. Arhat, Master Duan is refining pills. Don't you think it's inappropriate for you to disturb him?" Situ Ming, the prominent celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect, said as he glanced at Ji Fan with a displeased expression on his face. Ji Fan looked at Situ Ming and was about to say something when a cold glint flashed across his eyes. However, before he could say anything, he was stopped by a fierce glare. It was none other than Zhong Shang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters. Although Zhong Shang's alchemy skills were high, he was only a celestial alchemist with an ordinary cultivation base. Moreover, he had his grandmaster, Lian, by his side, so he was not worried Zhong Shang would do anything to him. However, the problem was, Zhong Qi was by Zhong Shang's side. Not only was Zhong Qi Zhong Shang's twin brother, but he was also a 10-direction celestial duke who was stronger than Zhong Shang's grandmaster. Because of this, he did not dare to make a sound when Zhong Shang's sharp gaze swept over him. Time continued to pass by. Meanwhile, Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, who had finished heating his cauldron 3 hours earlier than Duan Ling Tian, finally completed the second last step of the pill refinement process. Pill condensation. After pill condensation, it was time to collect the pills. Master Xiao from the blissful sect is about to collect his pills. I wonder how many pills he'll be able to refine. I've heard that Master Xiao from the blissful sect once refined 6 overarching heaven pills in one go. Although he was lucky at that time, he usually refined at least 5 overarching heaven pills. Does this mean Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect is going to lose? I don't think he has a chance to win at all. Although he's much faster this time, he only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago. There's no doubt that Apothecary Xiao from the blissful sect is going to win this duel. Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, finally finished heating his cauldron. Soon after, he moved on to the last step of refining pills, collecting the pills. It's time to collect the pills. When Xiao Gangyu slapped the cauldron and was about to collect the pills, many people exclaimed in surprise. Then, under everyone's watchful eyes, streaks of light shot out of the cauldron in an orderly manner. 1 pill. 2 pills. 3 pills. While Xiao Gangyu was collecting the pills, many people began to count the number of overarching heaven pills he had refined. 6 pills. When the last overarching heaven pill was in Xiao Gangyu's hand, a bright smile appeared on his face. At the same time, he passed the pills to Zhong Shang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters. Master Xiao has successfully refined 6 overarching heaven pills. Zhong Shang nodded. Old ancestor, I'm glad I didn't disappoint you. Xiao Gangyu said with a smile as he looked at Lian, the old ancestor of the blissful sect. Thank you for your hard work, Master Xiao. Lian's face, which had been stiff from beginning to end, revealed a smile at this moment. Although Lian did not think Duan Ling Tian would be able to defeat Xiao Gangyu even if Xiao Gangyu only managed to refine 5 overarching heaven pills. However, since Xiao Gangyu had successfully refined 6 overarching heaven pills, he was certain Xiao Gangyu had a higher chance of winning. I'd like to see how many overarching heaven pills the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect can refine. Xiao Gangyu was in high spirits after refining 6 overarching heaven pills. He looked at Duan Ling Tian with a smug expression on his face. Master Xiao has successfully refined 6 overarching heaven pills. There's no doubt about the outcome of this competition. Chapter 2874. 6 overarching heaven pills? Zhou Shuqiu's expression changed drastically when she saw Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, refining 6 overarching heaven pills in one go. Xiao Gangyu is so lucky? He managed to refine 6 overarching heaven pills this time? Initially, Zhou Shuqiu thought Xiao Gangyu was lucky. Xiao Gangyu had to rely on his luck to refine 6 overarching heaven pills at one go. Moreover, he had only managed to refine 6 overarching heaven pills a few times over the past few decades. Most of the time he could only refine 5 overarching heaven pills at one go. Therefore she was certain Xiao Gangyu would only be able to refine 5 overarching heaven pills in one go. She did not expect Xiao Gangyu to be so lucky and refine 6 overarching heaven pills this time. Xiao Gangyu managed to refine 6 overarching heaven pills? Does he still have a chance of winning? Zhou Shuqiu looked at Duan Lingtian, her heart in her mouth. It was as though she was the one who was betting against the blissful sect, not Duan Lingtian. Zhou Shuqiu had met many outstanding young prodigies in the 6 southeastern regions. Her senior sister had even introduced many of them to her. However, none of them caught her eye. That was until Duan Lingtian appeared. In the beginning, she had taken the initiative to approach Duan Lingtian because he was her best friend. Therefore she was curious about Duan Lingtian. As time passed, she gradually got to know Duan Lingtian better. Duan Lingtian's outstanding performance in all aspects had unknowingly captured her heart, making it difficult for her to extricate herself. If it were not for the fact that Duan Lingtian was her best friend's man, with her personality, she would have taken the initiative to pursue Duan Lingtian. Although she tried her best to restrain herself, she still could not help but worry about the man she loved. At this moment, apart from the 3 prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai Yi celestial sect, Murong Bing from the compassionate celestial traveler sect was the only one who had confidence in Duan Lingtian. The others were certain Duan Lingtian would lose. Time slowly passed. Seeing that Duan Lingtian's refining process was getting closer and closer to the pill condensation and pill recovery, the group of people stopped talking. They all held their breaths and stared intently at Duan Lingtian, waiting for the final result. Even if most people didn't think Duan Lingtian would win, at this moment they couldn't help but look forward to it. How many overarching heaven pills could Duan Lingtian refine this time? Core condensation. When Duan Lingtian began the second to last step of the alchemy process, many people cried out in surprise. Although I know Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect is bound to lose, I'm still curious about how many overarching heaven pills he'll be able to refine. A middle-aged man sighed. That's right. A month ago he managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills. His heating speed seems to be much faster than before. I wonder if he'll be able to refine 4 overarching heaven pills. Many people said he was lucky to be able to refine 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago. I don't think he'll be able to refine 3 overarching heaven pills this time. That's possible as well. When Duan Lingtian began the second to last step of the alchemy process, the pill condensation, some of the onlookers could not help but whisper among themselves. They only stopped talking when Duan Lingtian was done with the pill condensation and was about to collect the pill condensation. He's about to collect the pill condensation. Many people cried out in surprise when they saw Duan Lingtian raising his hand and slapping the prominent celestial pill cauldron that was hovering in the air. At the same time, they stared at Duan Lingtian's cauldron. Smack. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Duan Lingtian's palm landed on the cauldron. A mysterious energy swirled around the cauldron, causing it to tremble. In the next moment, swoosh. A streak of light shot out of the cauldron like a shooting star. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. After the streak of light shot out, several streaks of light followed suit. When the 8th streak of light shot out, the cauldron that was hovering in the air finally stopped trembling. At this moment, there were 8 celestial pills in Duan Lingtian's hand. When the 8 streaks of light shot out of the cauldron one after another, the onlookers were stunned. It took them a long time to regain their senses. Now that they had clearly seen the 8 medicinal pills in Duan Lingtian's hand, they gradually regained their senses. Their expressions were very interesting, but most of them were filled with shock and disbelief. Apart from a few people who had confidence in Duan Lingtian, no one expected Duan Lingtian to be able to refine so many overarching heaven pills in one go. Am I seeing things? 8 overarching heaven pills? An old man among the onlookers muttered to himself in a trembling voice. Am I dreaming? This is too inconceivable, right? Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. At this moment, most of the onlookers confirmed with their divine consciousness. The 8 pills in Duan Lingtian's hand were indeed overarching heaven pills. Meanwhile, Zhongshang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, also confirmed that the 8 pills in Duan Lingtian's hand were overarching heaven pills. Moreover, they were freshly refined. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It takes so long to heat the cauldron. It's already amazing that he managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills in one go. Now it seems that what happened a month ago was indeed true. Zhongshang was shocked when he saw the 8 overarching heaven pills in his hand. When he looked at Duan Lingtian again, his eyes were filled with disbelief. It was as though he could not believe what he had just seen. Master Zhong? Zhong Shang only regained his senses when Duan Lingtian called out to him. Then he announced to the onlookers, Master Duan has successfully refined 8 overarching heaven pills. Alchemy Master Duan is the winner of the bet. Zhong Shang looked at Lien, the old ancestor of the blissful sect, and announced. Upon hearing Zhong Shang's announcement, Lien finally regained his senses. The disbelief on his face was replaced by a grim expression. He did not expect this to happen even in his wildest dreams. The prominent celestial alchemist from the Tai Yi celestial sect who was not even 100 years old was not only capable of refining overarching heaven pills, but he even managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills in one go? Who could tell him what was going on? How's this possible? How's this possible? Ji Fan, the Arhat of the blissful sect, looked at the 8 overarching heaven pills in Zhong Shang's hand. His face was pale and his eyes were filled with disbelief. He could not believe what he was seeing. It was already amazing for a prominent celestial alchemist who was not even 100 years old to be able to refine overarching heaven pills. Moreover, he managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills in one go? If he did not see it with his own eyes, he would not have believed it even if he was beaten to death. It was precisely because he had confirmed that this was true that his face was so pale. After all, he was the one who proposed the competition. In other words, he had to bear the responsibility for Duan Lingtian's loss. 8 overarching heaven pills? Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, had an unsightly expression on his face. He looked at Duan Lingtan and said coldly, Duan Lingtan, you must have hidden the overarching heaven pills you refined outside the Tai Yi celestial sect's shop a month ago. You're so scheming. As a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine the overarching heaven pill, Xiao Gangyu would have lived his life in vain if he did not realize this. Hidden the overarching heaven pills? Based on Master Zhao's words, it seems like Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect intentionally hid the overarching heaven pills he refined a month ago. How's that possible? Don't tell me he could have predicted today's events a month in advance? Perhaps he didn't predict this would happen. Perhaps he planned to compete with others in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills during the alchemy conference? That's very likely. As soon as Xiao Gangyu finished speaking, a commotion broke out among the crowd. Many people speculated that Duan Lingtian had intentionally hidden the overarching heaven pills so he could compete with others in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills during the alchemy conference. In fact, this was indeed Duan Lingtian's plan. I was just thinking about how to compete with others in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills. I didn't expect the people from the blissful sect would come knocking on my door. Moreover, they even have a triple trait Duke grade celestial method. Duan Lingtian thought to himself as he took the 8 overarching heaven pills from Zhong Shang and listened to the discussions in the surroundings. To him, this was a completely unexpected gain. If he had taken the initiative to compete with others in terms of the success rate of the triple trait Duke grade celestial method, he would not have been able to win so much money. Duan Lingtian merely glanced at Xiao Gangyu indifferently before he shifted his gaze to Lien, the old ancestor of the blissful sect, and said indifferently, Senior Lien, thank you for letting me win. Now, isn't it time for the blissful sect to fulfill their promise? When Duan Lingtian reached the end of his sentence, he looked deeply at Lien. Under the watchful eyes of Zhong Shang and Zhong Qi, Lien had no choice but to obediently hand the blissful sect's Duke grade celestial method over to Duan Lingtian even though he was reluctant to hand it over to them. Thank you, Senior Lien. Duan Lingtian thanked Lien with a smile on his face after he confirmed the memory celestial talisman that contained the triple trait Duke grade celestial method was safe. Then he glanced at Ji Fan and Xiao Gangyu before he said with a faint smile on his face, I wonder which one of you came up with the idea of competing with me in terms of the success rate of refining overarching heaven pills? Regardless of who suggested it, I'll have to thank him. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have obtained this triple trait Duke grade celestial method. Chapter 2875. You. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Xiao Gangyu merely glanced at Ji Fan. On the other hand, Ji Fan's face was red with anger, but he had nowhere to vent his anger. At this moment, the onlookers could tell who was the one who wanted to bet with Duan Lingtian. Let's go. In the end, it was Lien who broke the silence. Then Lien led Ji Fan, Xiao Gangyu and the other members of the blissful sect away. However, before he left, he looked at Duan Lingtian intently. Faced with Lian's gaze, Duan Ling Tian met his gaze with a calm expression. His gaze was indifferent, and he did not have the slightest bit of fear because of Li An's strength and background. He knew he had to be careful. At this moment he had to act this way. Once Lian saw that he was scared, he would definitely guess that everything he had said before was just a bluff. He would guess that he didn't have a background from any of the major clans in the central area. At that time, Lian would not hesitate to make a move on Duan Ling Tian. I didn't expect Master Duan from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect to be able to refine 8 overarching heaven pills in one go. He managed to refine 2 more overarching heaven pills than Master Xiao from the Blissful Sect. It seems like Master Duan has been concealing his strength since a month ago. Isn't it obvious? If it wasn't for Master Duan's deliberate concealment, how could he only refine 3 overarching heaven pills a month ago with his skill? That's right. It's just like Master Xiao from the Blissful Sect said, Master Duan must have concealed his strength when he refined the overarching heaven pills a month ago. His goal was to confuse the other alchemists so that he could make a bet with the other alchemists and win the other alchemist's prize. This is not uncommon in the alchemy conference. If Master Duan isn't younger than 100 years old, the people from the Blissful Sect would have thought of this as well. That's right. Master Duan is too young. He's not even 100 years old. It's already considered good that he can refine overarching heaven pills. No one expected him to have such a high success rate. 8 overarching heaven pills. 8 overarching heaven pills. Even the number 1 prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions, Sun Chao, the chief celestial alchemist of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect in the Light region, only managed to refine 10 overarching heaven pills, right? To have such accomplishments in the Tao of alchemy at such an age. His future is limitless. After the members of the Blissful Sect left, the onlookers looked at Duan Ling Tian and sighed. I wonder how the Tai Yi Celestial Sect managed to recruit him. Even the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, the strongest sect in the 6 southeastern regions, would do anything to recruit such a celestial alchemist, right? The Tai Yi Celestial Sect is really lucky. It's indeed good, and it's not just any good. The people from the other top sects whispered among themselves, thinking that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect was lucky. He actually won. Zhou Shuqiu, who was among the people from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, stared at the purple figure in shock. She did not expect the purple figure would win. At this moment, the other party's figure seemed to have become incomparably tall in her eyes, causing extraordinary splendor to ripple in her eyes. At the same time, she glanced at Murong Bing, who was standing nearby, and saw the hint of joy in Murong Bing's eyes. For a moment she couldn't help but sigh in her heart. She felt that her best friend was lucky to have such a relationship with such an outstanding man. If it were possible, she would rather have had a relationship with Duan Ling Tian than her best friend. Third senior sister. He actually won. Liu Luo, who was standing next to Murong Bing, exclaimed in shock as she looked at Duan Ling Tian. I saw it. Murong Bing nodded. At the same time, Nangong Xiu, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, looked at Duan Ling Tian with a hint of excitement in her eyes. I'm afraid only the major clans in the central area are capable of nurturing such an outstanding young man, right? If Bing can be with him, it'll be a good thing for both Bing and the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Nangong Xiu's eyes shone brightly as she looked at Duan Ling Tian. She found Duan Ling Tian pleasing to the eye. Master Duan. At the same time, Zhong Shang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, stepped forward and greeted Duan Ling Tian with a smile. His tone was warm and courteous. Master Zhong. Duan Ling Tian quickly responded with a smile. Not only was Zhong Shang a supreme celestial alchemist, but he also had a twin brother who was a 10-direction celestial duke. Even the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect and the 3 10-direction celestial dukes did not dare to slight such a person. What's more, Zhong Shang's attitude towards him was very friendly. As the saying goes, don't hit a smiling person, so he naturally smiled back at Zhong Shang. Pill Master Duan, are you interested in joining our alliance of immortal masters? When Zhong Shang spoke again, he extended an olive branch to Duan Ling Tian. It was clear that he wanted to poach Duan Ling Tian to the alliance of immortal masters. The alliance of immortal masters was different from clans and sections. However, those who had a certain status in the alliance of celestial masters were mostly sectless cultivators. No matter how outstanding a person from a clan or sect was, the alliance of immortal masters wouldn't have an important position because the alliance of immortal masters was worried that such a person's attention would be on the clan or sect behind them. Once there was a conflict of interest, These people would most likely abandon the alliance of immortal masters and support the clans and sects behind them. In other words, if Duan Lingtian wanted to have a good future in the alliance of immortal masters, he would have to draw a line between him and the Tai Celestial sect. He could no longer be a revered alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect. Thank you for your kindness, Pillmaster Zhong. If I'm just a revered alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect, I wouldn't mind joining the alliance of immortal masters. However, the problem is I have a clan behind me. Duan Lingtian thanked Zhong Shang before he brought up the matter of the family behind him. After the alchemy conference ends, I'll be leaving the 6 southeastern regions and returning to the central area to return to my clan. Pillmaster Duan's clan is in the central area? When Zhong Shang heard Duan Lingtian mention that not only did he have a clan, but his clan was also located in the central area, he could not help but feel disappointed. Then it seems like the alliance of immortal masters has no fate with you. However, I didn't expect Pillmaster Duan to have such a background. Come to think of it, if it weren't for your background, you wouldn't have achieved so much even though you're not even 100 years old. After that, Zhong Shang muttered to himself. Based on his words, it was clear that he agreed with Duan Lingtian. The reason Duan Lingtian was able to achieve so much at such a young age was mostly due to his extraordinary background. After learning that Duan Lingtian had a powerful clan in the central area, Zhong Shang no longer had any intention of poaching Duan Lingtian to join the alliance of immortal masters. This was because the alliance of immortal masters had its own rules. Only sectless cultivators were valued by the alliance of immortal masters. No matter how outstanding a person was, the alliance of immortal masters would not put him in an important position. Although Zhong Shang no longer had any intention of poaching Duan Lingtian to join the alliance of immortal masters, his attitude toward Duan Lingtian was still very polite. The reason for this was purely due to Duan Lingtian's current achievements. Duan Lingtian's achievements were not considered shocking. However, based on his achievements and the fact that he was not even 100 years old, it was enough to shock the entire 6 southeastern regions and the borderlands. In fact, even in the central area, there might not be anyone who could achieve so much at such a young age as Duan Lingtian. Even if there were, they would be as rare as phoenix feathers and Qilin horns. It would be fine if such a person died prematurely. If Duan Lingtian continued to grow, he would definitely become a huge figure in the future. For this reason, even Zhong Shang, a supreme celestial alchemist, had to be polite to Duan Lingtian who had a bright future ahead of him. However, as a supreme celestial alchemist, he had his own pride and did not want to curry favor with Duan Lingtian. Therefore, after exchanging a few pleasantries with Duan Lingtian, Zhong Shang left with Zhong Qi. Congratulations, Master Duan. After Zhong Shang and Zhong Qi left, the onlookers dispersed as well. The 3 prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai Celestial sect, Situ Ming Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing, stepped forward to congratulate Duan Lingtian. Congratulations, Master Duan. Congratulations, Alchemist Duan. Nangong Xiao, the sect leader of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, and Jianqiu Luo, the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect, congratulated Duan Lingtian as well. Jianqiu Luo had only congratulated Duan Lingtian because she saw Nangong Xiao congratulating Duan Lingtian. I didn't think I'd be able to obtain a triple trait Duke grade celestial method as soon as the alchemy conference began. In that case, I can use this Duke grade celestial method to win similar divine abilities in the future. Obtaining the triple trait Duke grade celestial method from the blissful sect was, without a doubt, a pleasant surprise for Duan Lingtian. After all, this meant he would have a better trump card to use as a wager to obtain the triple trait divine ability he wanted. And the monarch grade divine ability that he wanted was the kind of divine ability that had both attack and defense. With this, even if the Tai Celestial sect's king grade celestial weapon can no longer be used as a prize due to Hishan's death, I'll still be able to obtain a divine ability that's similar to this celestial method. After Hishan's death, Duan Lingtian and the others were no longer qualified to use the king-grade celestial weapon as a wager. Chapter 2876. The Alchemy Conference continued. As time passed, the news of Duan Lingtian winning the triple trait Duke grade celestial method from the blissful sect spread to the ears of everyone in the alchemy square. Everyone was shocked. The chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect who's not even 100 years old managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills? It's shocking that he managed to refine overarching heaven pills when he's not even 100 years old. However, he managed to refine 8 overarching heaven pills in one go. In the 6 southeastern regions, The only person with such a high success rate in refining overarching heaven pills is Master Sun from the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect in the Light region, right? That's right. When Master Sun was lucky, he managed to refine 10 overarching heaven pills. However, he usually only managed to refine 8 or 9 overarching heaven pills. It's unbelievable. A young man who's not even 100 years old is almost as accomplished as Master Sun in alchemy. Similar discussions were taking place all over the alchemy square. Master Sun was none other than Sun Chao, the chief celestial alchemist of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect in the Light region. He was also the most outstanding prominent celestial alchemist in the alchemy conference. Since then, he had been widely acknowledged as the best prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions. About a month ago, Duan Lingtian had become famous in Alchemy City after he won the Celestial Method and Divine Ability from the supporting Sun Celestial Sect and the Thousand Leaves Celestial Sect by refining the overarching Heaven Pill. At that time, everyone had heard of Duan Lingtian's name and knew that he was the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect who was not even 100 years old. Now that Duan Lingtian had won the Blissful Sect's Celestial Method, he had become even more famous. Based on what I know, the Blissful Sect only has one triple trait celestial method, right? That's right. Among the celestial methods and divine abilities in the Blissful Sect, the most precious one is the one they lost to Master Duan from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. Duan Lingtian already knew what the people around him were talking about. Among the celestial methods and divine abilities in the Blissful Sect, there was only one triple trait Duke grade celestial method. As for Duke grade divine abilities, there was no triple trait Duke grade celestial method. The Blissful Sect's Duke grade celestial method is called the Immobilization King. When Duan Lingtian heard about the Blissful Sect's Duke grade celestial method, he searched the memory celestial talisman he had won from the Blissful Sect and learned the name of the Duke grade celestial method. The most powerful thing about the Immovable Wisdom King is its defensive technique. Its defensive technique is considered top-notch among the Duke grade celestial methods. However, its offensive and movement techniques are only at the threshold of a Duke grade celestial method. It was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to figure this out after he read the Blissful Sect's Duke grade celestial method, the Immobilization King method. Now that I have a triple trait Duke grade celestial method, I'll have to think of a way to obtain a triple trait Duke grade divine ability. In the 6 southeastern regions, there are only 2 sects that possess triple trait Duke grade divine abilities. The Profound Heaven Celestial Sect in the Cross region and the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect in the Light region. Sun Chao, the number 1 prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions, is in the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect. Currently, he's probably the only prominent celestial alchemist in the top sects who dares to compete with me. After putting the memory celestial talisman away, Duan Lingtian's mind began to wander. On his way to Alchemy City in the Barren Land, Duan Lingtian would be satisfied if he could obtain a triple trait Duke grade celestial method or divine ability. However, now that he had obtained a triple trait Duke grade celestial method so easily, he was no longer satisfied with the current situation. He also wanted a monarch-level divine ability that had both offense and defense. Although there's a prominent celestial alchemist in the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect who can refine overarching heaven pills, that person's skill is only on par with Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the Blissful Sect. Since I defeated Xiao Gangyu, that prominent celestial alchemist definitely won't dare to compete with me. In that case, only Sun Chao, the number 1 prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions, is left. Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes as he thought to himself. Then he looked at Situ Ming, the prominent celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, and expressed his thoughts. Master Duan. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's thoughts, Situ Ming was not optimistic. Although the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect has a triple trait Duke grade divine ability, I don't think they'll use it as a wager. That Duke grade divine ability is very important to the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect. The former sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect sacrificed his life to obtain it. The former sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect is the father of the current sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect. That Duke grade divine ability is very important to the current sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect. I don't think he'll allow anyone to use it as a wager. Situ Ming said. Is there such a thing? Duan Lingtian was unaware of Situ Ming's words. Nevertheless, Duan Lingtian still decided to give it a try. The Blazing Sun Celestial Sect was a powerful sect in the Light region. Apart from the sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect, there was also an elder and 4 prominent celestial alchemists. Among the 4 prominent celestial alchemists, Sun Chao, who was widely acknowledged as the best prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions, was among them. Sun Chao was a middle-aged man who had a firm and righteous appearance. He was dressed elegantly. "Master Duan, I've heard about you since a month ago. I didn't expect you were still hiding something from me." Under Situ Ming's lead, Duan Lingtian arrived at the area where the people from the Blazing Sun celestial sect were. After Situ Ming introduced Sun Chao to Duan Lingtian, Sun Chao greeted Duan Lingtian with a smile on his face. Whether it was Sun Chao's appearance or his current attitude, Duan Lingtian could not bring himself to dislike Sun Chao. In fact, at this moment, Duan Lingtian felt a little embarrassed to trick Sun Chao. It was not that he was arrogant. It was just that with his current alchemy skills and the 3rd form of the Chaos Divine Flame, he did not think any prominent celestial alchemist would be able to surpass him in alchemy. For this reason, he did not think any prominent celestial alchemist would be able to defeat him. "Master Sun, I've heard a lot about you as well," Duan Lingtian replied with a smile on his face. Following that, both of them exchanged a few pleasantries before they began to chat under Sun Chao's lead. It did not take long before they became familiar with each other as though they had known each other for many years. "Master Duan, we're here too." Situ Ming was slightly anxious when he saw Duan Lingtian, and Sun Chao seemed to have forgotten about the important matter. He quickly sent a voice transmission to Duan Lingtian to remind him. "Master Situ, I've changed my mind." Before Situ Ming could finish speaking, Duan Lingtian had already guessed what Situ Ming was going to say. He quickly replied through voice transmission, "You're right. I don't plan to bet with the Blazing Sun celestial sect. Let's go to the Profound Heaven celestial sect. We can avenge the old ancestor as well." Duan Lingtian turned to look in the direction of the people from the Profound Heaven celestial sect. His eyes flashed coldly. "The Profound Heaven celestial sect?" Situ Ming was slightly taken aback by Duan Lingtian's words. Then he smiled wryly and said, "Master Duan Lingtian, your alchemy skills have improved greatly. Master Duan, your alchemy skills are obvious to all. I'm afraid Master Sun from the Blazing Sun celestial sect is the only prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions who dares to bet with you. I'm afraid the other prominent celestial alchemists wouldn't dare to bet with you. Although there are prominent celestial alchemists in the Profound Heaven celestial sect who are skilled in alchemy, the most skilled prominent celestial alchemist is only on par with Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect. Even if you bet with him, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect won't take out their sect's triple trait dupe grade divine ability as a stake." As Situ Ming spoke, his analysis was clear and logical. "I know." Situ Ming thought Duan Lingtian would give up on betting with the Profound Heaven celestial sect. However, Duan Lingtian said indifferently, "For this reason, I plan to bet with the Profound Heaven celestial sect's Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist." A Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist. In the 6 southeastern regions, apart from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, only the Profound Heaven celestial sect had a Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist. This time, the Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist from the Profound Heaven celestial sect had come as well. A Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist? Situ Ming was stunned when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. After a while, he regained his senses and quickly said, "Master Duan, instead of betting with the Profound Heaven celestial sect's Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist, why don't you see if the Blazing Sun celestial sect's Supreme Duke grade celestial alchemist is willing to bet with you?" "There's no need for that." Duan Lingtian shook his head. Putting aside the fact that the Blazing Sun celestial sect's Supreme Duke grade divine ability is extremely important to the sect leader of the Blazing Sun celestial sect, I don't think he'll take it out. This apothecary son is a good person. I like him. I don't want to scam him," Duan Lingtian said. Situ Ming was speechless when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. He felt Duan Lingtian was too stubborn. "Master Sun, do you want to join in the fun as well?" Duan Lingtian asked with a smile on his face. Although he had only met Sun Chao today and had only chatted for a short while, Sun Chao's sincerity, temperament and character were very much to his liking. It was as though they were old friends at first sight. In fact, at this moment he could not help but recall some of the friends he had met in the mundane realm. Why would I join in the fun? Chapter 2877. Duan Lingtian felt a sense of familiarity with Sun Chao, and Sun Chao felt the same way as well. Before Sun Chao met Duan Lingtian, he thought it was only natural that Duan Lingtian would be so arrogant. With Duan Lingtian's achievements at such a young age, he was surely a proud and arrogant person, but this was normal. After all, he had the qualifications to be so. However, after interacting with Duanling Tian for a while, Sun Chao realized he was wrong. Not only that, but he was extremely wrong. This prominent celestial alchemist who was not even 100 years old was not an arrogant person. Instead, he was very kind and easy to get along with. At the same time, he had a steadiness that was different from people his age. For this reason, Sun Chao felt a sense of familiarity with Duanling Tian. Why should I join in the fun? Upon hearing Duanling Tian's question, Sun Chao could not help but feel curious. He wanted to know why Duanling Tian wanted him to join in the fun. I plan to compete with the Supreme Celestial Alchemist from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. I'll use my Triple Trait Duke Grade Celestial Method to compete with the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect's Triple Trait Duke Grade Divine Ability. Duanling Tian did not keep Sun Chao in suspense and smiled faintly. What? When Sun Chao heard the first half of Duanling Tian's words, he was already shocked. Upon hearing Duanling Tian's words, Sun Chao smiled wryly and said, Master Duan, a Supreme Celestial Alchemist is someone who possesses a Supreme Duke Grade Celestial Fire and is capable of refining Supreme Duke Grade Celestial Pills. Prominent Celestial Alchemists like us can't compare to such a person. Perhaps, some prominent Celestial Alchemists are on par with him in terms of alchemy, but in terms of alchemy, there's no way a prominent Celestial Alchemist can compare to him in terms of alchemy. Sun Chao reminded Duanling Tian when he reached the end of his sentence. He did not ask Duanling Tian to compete with the Supreme Grade Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect because he had a feeling that Duanling Tian was a genius. Duanling Tian, who was not even 100 years old, could not compare to the Supreme Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect in terms of alchemy. Thank you for your reminder, Master Sunday. However, I still plan to compete with the Supreme Celestial Alchemist in the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Duanling Tian, who had heard Sun Chao's good intentions, thanked Sun Chao, but in Sun Chao's eyes, Duanling Tian was stubborn. Alchemist's son, if you are interested, you can come with me to take a look. Duanling Tian said. Master Duan. However, Sun Chao still had no intention of taking a step forward. Instead, he looked at Duanling Tian seriously and said, Master Duan, even if you want to obtain a Triple Trait Duke Grade Divine Ability, there's no need for you to take this path. Once you've mastered the Triple Trait Duke Grade Celestial Method that you won from the Blissful Sect, you can inscribe it in your memory Celestial Talisman. Bring the Triple Trait Duke Grade Celestial Method to the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect. I can persuade the sect leader of the Blazing Sun Celestial Sect to exchange the Triple Trait Duke Grade Divine Ability with you. Apart from not wanting Duanling Tian to compete with the Supreme Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, Sun Chao had also come up with a way to help Duanling Tian obtain the Triple Trait Duke Grade Divine Ability. Pillmaster Sun, I appreciate your kind intentions. However, I can't wait that long. Upon hearing Sun Chao's words, Duanling Tian shook his head and smiled. Then he began to walk toward the group of people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Huan held Duanling Tian's hand and followed closely behind him. Master Duan. Sun Chao felt helpless when he saw Duanling Tian was adamant in his decision. He had no choice but to follow Duanling Tian. The three prominent celestial alchemists of the Taiyi Celestial Sect, Situ Ming Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing followed closely behind. Master Yang, Master Yu. At the same time, Situ Ming told Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing about Duanling Tian's plan. Before this, the two of them did not know what was going on at all. The reason they were able to follow Duanling Tian and Situ Ming was because they were following them. What? Master Duan wants to compete with the Supreme Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Yu Zhongjing and Yang Chong's expressions changed drastically when they heard Situ Ming's words. In their opinion, Duanling Tian was in a dilemma. In their opinion, Duanling Tian was like a mantis trying to stop a chariot. How could a prominent celestial alchemist compete with a supreme celestial alchemist? Was there even a chance of winning? When Yu Zhongjing and Yang Chong recovered from their shock and wanted to persuade Duanling Tian's expression changed drastically. Duanling Tian had already arrived near the group of people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. He looked at Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, and said loudly, Sect Leader Bai, who's the Supreme Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect? As soon as Duanling Tian finished speaking, the group of people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect turned to look at him. Master Duan? Bai Wuji raised an eyebrow when he heard Duanling Tian's words. He asked indifferently, Why do you ask? I want to compete with the Supreme Celestial Alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. I'll use the triple trait Duke grade celestial method I1 from the blissful sect as a wager for the triple trait divine ability of the profound heaven celestial sect. Duan Lingtian did not beat around the bush. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Bai Wuji and the others from the profound heaven celestial sect could not help but look at each other in confusion. For a moment they thought they had misheard Duan Lingtian. Did I hear wrongly? The chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect, a mere prominent celestial alchemist, wants to compete with Master He? He even wants to use the triple trait Duke grade celestial method he won from the blissful sect as a wager? You didn't hear wrongly? I heard it as well. You didn't hear wrongly? After a while, most of the people from the profound heaven celestial sect shifted their attention back to Duan Lingtian. At this moment, these people looked at Duan Lingtian as if they were looking at an idiot. What do you want to compete with me in? At the same time, an old man with white hair and a ruddy complexion who was dressed in a long gray robe stepped out from the group of people from the profound heaven celestial sect. The old man had a kind expression on his face. However, when he stepped forward to ask Duan Lingtian, his eyes that were originally cloudy suddenly shone with a terrifying light. Master Duan, he's He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the profound heaven celestial sect. As soon as the old man stepped forward, Situ Ming's voice rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. Master Duan, He Pei Yuan is a supreme celestial alchemist. You have no chance of winning against him. Why don't we just let it go? When Situ Ming reached the end of his voice transmission, he began to persuade Duan Lingtian. At the same time, Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing also joined in trying to persuade Duan Lingtian. However, when Duan Lingtian heard their voice transmissions, he gave them a reassuring look as usual. Previously, when he was competing with Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the blissful sect, he had also looked at Situ Ming and the other two in a similar manner. At that time, Situ Ming and the other two were relieved when they saw the look in his eyes. But this time, even though he still gave Situ Ming and the others such a look, Situ Ming and the others still didn't feel at ease. This was because they were worried about Duan Lingtian. This time, Duan Lingtian's opponent was a supreme celestial alchemist who was superior to prominent celestial alchemists. Heat the cauldron. Duan Lingtian looked at He Pei Yuan fearlessly and said bluntly. Heat the cauldron? He Pei Yuan was taken aback when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. Humph. At the same time, a cold snort rang in the air. Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the profound heaven celestial sect, looked at Duan Lingtian and scoffed. After that, he looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully. Alchemist Duan, if I'm not wrong, the speed of heating the cauldron that you displayed earlier was also intentionally hidden, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have invited Master He from the profound heaven celestial sect to participate in the cauldron heating competition. Master He is a supreme celestial alchemist. It would take him at least 8 to 9 hours to heat a supreme celestial pill cauldron. In the 6 southeastern regions, most prominent celestial alchemists heat prominent celestial pill cauldrons faster than Master He. Do you think the profound heaven celestial sect would agree to such a ridiculous bet? Bai Wuji's eyes were filled with disdain when he looked at Duan Lingtian. That's right. The chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect is too naive. I can't believe he came up with such a ridiculous bet. Does he think the profound heaven celestial sect would fall for it? Ridiculous. How laughable. As soon as Bai Wuji finished speaking, the people from the profound heaven celestial sect looked at Duan Lingtian with disdain as well. They felt Duan Lingtian was too naive. The commotion here could not be said to be small. Therefore, in just a few breaths' time, more and more people came to join in the fun. After learning about the ins and outs of the matter, they felt Duan Lingtian was indulging in fantasy. Did he think the people from the profound heaven celestial sect were fools? Even He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the profound heaven celestial sect, looked at Duan Lingtian as though he was an idiot. Master Duan is too naive. There's no way the profound heaven celestial sect would agree to such a competition. Sun Chao shook his head. Even his speed in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons was much faster than He Pei Yuan's speed in heating Duke-grade celestial pill cauldrons. Sect leader Bai. Duan Lingtian ignored the gazes from the surroundings. He stared at Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the profound heaven celestial sect. He continued to say, what if I say I want to compete with Master He in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons? Both of us will heat prominent celestial pill cauldrons. Whoever heats a prominent celestial pill cauldron first will win. Chapter 2878. As soon as Duan Lingtian's words left his mouth, the entire place fell silent. Initially, everyone thought Duan Lingtian was confident that Duan Lingtian would win the bet. If Duan Lingtian wanted to compete with He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist from the profound heaven celestial sect, in terms of heating cauldrons, he would have to let He Pei Yuan heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. Under such circumstances, it would not be difficult for Duan Lingtian to defeat He Pei Yuan as long as he had been concealing his strength when he was heating the cauldron. For this reason, even if they were the sect leader of the profound heaven celestial sect, they would not bet their sect's triple trait dupe grade celestial method with Duan Lingtian's triple trait dupe grade celestial method that Duan Lingtian had won from the blissful sect. After all, there was no way Duan Lingtian would win. However, Duan Lingtian actually said, Duan Lingtian. He wants to compete with He Pei Yuan in heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron. Is he crazy? He wants to compete with Master He in heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron. One of the prominent celestial alchemists from the profound heaven celestial sect exclaimed when he regained his senses. His eyes were filled with shock and confusion as he looked at Duan Lingtian. He could not figure out where Duan Lingtian got his courage from. If Duan Lingtian were to heat the prominent celestial pill cauldron while He Pei Yuan was to heat the dupe grade celestial pill cauldron, the prominent celestial pill cauldron was more likely to win. In fact, he did not think He Pei Yuan would win. After all, Duan Lingtian was the one who suggested this. Since Duan Lingtian was the one who suggested this, it meant Duan Lingtian was confident. Moreover, Duan Lingtian had most likely been concealing his strength. After all, this was not the first time Duan Lingtian had been concealing his strength. However, if Duan Lingtian and He Pei Yuan were to compete in heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron, he did not think Duan Lingtian would win. In fact, he felt Duan Lingtian was planning to gift the dupe grade celestial method that he had obtained from the blissful sect to the profound heaven celestial sect. In his opinion, Duan Lingtian's words. Duan Lingtian was certain Duan Lingtian was not going to win. Duan Lingtian's words? He wants to compete with alchemist He of the profound heaven celestial sect in heating a prominent celestial artifact cauldron? You didn't hear wrongly. He's going to compete with Master He in heating prominent celestial pill cauldron. I wonder where he got the courage. Is Duan Lingtian sect? Duan Lingtian's? If he can win this alchemy competition, I'll take my head and let him kick it like a ball. After the onlookers regained their senses, they began to whisper among themselves. All of them felt Duan Lingtian was crazy. Otherwise he would not have proposed such a duel. A prominent celestial alchemist who only possessed a prominent celestial fire wanted to compete with a supreme celestial alchemist who possessed a dupe-grade celestial fire in heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron? It did not take long for a supreme celestial alchemist to heat up the prominent celestial pill cauldron with a dupe-grade celestial fire. After all, a dupe-grade celestial fire was far superior to a prominent celestial fire. It was impossible for a supreme celestial fire to lose out to a prominent celestial fire in heating the cauldron. Are you sure you want to compete with Master He in heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron? Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the profound heaven celestial sect, finally regained his senses. His eyes were as deep as the starry sky when he looked at Duan Lingtian. I'm sure. Duan Lingtian met Bai Wuji's gaze in a manner that was neither servile nor overbearing. Bai Wuji's expression changed a few times. He could not figure out what Duan Lingtian was trying to do. Naturally, he did not believe Duan Lingtian could heat up the prominent celestial pill cauldron faster than He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the profound heaven celestial sect. After all, one was a prominent celestial alchemist while the other was a supreme celestial alchemist. Their celestial fires were on completely different levels. However, the problem was, if he could think of this, how could Duan Lingtian not think of it? For this reason, Bai Wuji could not figure out what Duan Lingtian was trying to do. Sect leader, I'll compete with him. He Pei Yuan looked at Bai Wuji and said, since he's going to give the profound heaven celestial sect a celestial method, there's no need for us to reject him. At this moment, He Pei Yuan felt as though his dignity had been trampled on. Because of this, he was furious. How dare a prominent celestial alchemist compete with him, a supreme celestial alchemist, in heating a prominent celestial pill cauldron? Did Duan Lingtian think his supreme celestial fire was made of paper? However, Bai Wuji did not respond to He Pei Yuan's words immediately. Instead, he continued to look at Duan Lingtian thoughtfully. No matter how he looked at the purple-clad young man, he did not think Duan Lingtian would give the profound heaven celestial sect a celestial method for free. Moreover, he had just killed the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect. Even if he did not kill the old ancestor of the Tai celestial sect, It was still impossible for him to give the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect a celestial method that was both offensive and defensive. After all, the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect only had one Duke-grade celestial method. Is it possible that he's confident? At this moment, Bai Wuji even felt Duanling Tian was confident he would win this alchemy competition. That was why he took the initiative to look for him. Impossible. A prominent celestial fire can't be compared to a supreme Duke-grade celestial fire. However, after giving it some thought, Bai Wuji did not think Duanling Tian would be able to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron better than He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Could it be that he has a supreme Duke-grade celestial fire or an even more powerful celestial fire? However, Bai Wuji quickly suppressed this thought. Impossible. After a celestial alchemist obtains a higher-grade celestial fire, the lower-grade celestial fire he possesses will be destroyed by the higher-grade celestial fire. Bai Wuji thought to himself. After all, a mountain can't contain two tigers. Even if the original tiger is weak, the new tiger won't be able to contain it. If that's the case, where does he get the confidence to bet with the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect? Bai Wuji could not figure it out no matter how hard he thought about it. Sect leader. While Bai Wuji was deep in thought, He Pei Yuan began to panic. He sent a voice transmission to Bai Wuji and said, "Sect leader, I'm 100% confident I can defeat him. He's just a prominent celestial alchemist. There's no way he can heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron faster than me. If I lose, I won't have the face to continue living in this world." He Pei Yuan's tone was filled with strong confidence. "Master He, don't you think this is strange? If he's not confident, why would he be so confident to propose such a bet with the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect?" Bai Wuji transmitted his voice to express his confusion. Sect leader. He Pei Yuan originally thought that Bai Wuji was thinking of something else, but when he heard Bai Wuji's words, he realized that Bai Wuji was afraid that he would lose. For a moment he couldn't hold himself back and didn't send a voice transmission. "If I lose to him in this alchemy competition and drag the sect down, I'm willing to give the king-grade celestial weapon in my possession to the sect." Duanling Tian muttered to himself, "If I lose to him and force the sect to share a triple-trait Duke-grade divine ability, I'm willing to give my king-grade celestial weapon to the sect. My king-grade celestial weapon shouldn't be any less valuable than the sect's triple-trait celestial weapon, right?" At this moment, it was clear that He Pei Yuan was desperate. He was willing to use his king-grade celestial weapon as a guarantee to bet with Duanling Tian. If he lost, he would give the king-grade celestial weapon to the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect as well as the divine ability that the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect had obtained. "Master He, that's not what I meant." Bai Wuji smiled wryly when he heard He Pei Yuan's words. Although the value of a king-grade celestial weapon was much higher than the triple-trait celestial weapon, he did not dare to ask He Pei Yuan to use his king-grade celestial weapon as a guarantee. If he really asked He Pei Yuan to use his king-grade celestial weapon as a guarantee, it would mean Bai Wuji did not trust He Pei Yuan. The Profound Heaven Celestial Sect did not trust He Pei Yuan. Would He Pei Yuan still feel a sense of belonging to the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect? After all, He Pei Yuan was only a revered elder of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. He could leave the sect as he pleased. "The Profound Heaven Celestial Sect will bet with you," Bai Wuji explained to He Pei Yuan with a wry smile on his face. Then he looked at Duanling Tian and immediately agreed to the bet. It was as though he was worried Duanling Tian would go back on his word. This alchemist Duan is quite interesting. At this moment, a middle-aged man who was standing nearby said to another middle-aged man who looked identical to him. These two people were like a pair of twin brothers. They were none other than Zhongshang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, and his twin brother Zhongqi, who was a 10 Directions celestial duke. "Brother, why do you say that?" Zhongqi asked curiously. "Because just now he sent me a voice transmission to ask me something," Zhongshang replied. "What is it?" Zhongqi's curiosity was piqued. "He asked me how long it would take for a supreme celestial alchemist to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron with a supreme celestial fire," Zhongshang said with narrowed eyes. "Master Zhong, it's great that you're here." At this moment, Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, called out to Zhongshang when he saw Zhongshang walking toward them. He intended to tell Zhongshang about the bet between the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect and Duanling Tian. "I was not far away just now. I already know what happened here. I can be your witness for this pill competition," Zhongshang said before Bai Wuji could finish his sentence. "In that case, I'll have to trouble you, Master Zhong." Bai Wuji cupped his hands slightly at Zhong Shang. At the same time he raised his head to look at Duan Ling Tian who was standing nearby. He thought to himself, what's done can't be undone. There's nothing we can do to change this. Let me see exactly where this Duan Ling Tian got the confidence to dare issue such a bet. Although Bai Wuji still felt something was amiss, he could not help but feel that something was amiss. He could not figure out where Duan Ling Tian's confidence came from. Master Duan, we meet again. Chapter 2879. Master Zhong. Duan Ling Tian quickly returned Zhong Shang's greeting with a smile on his face. A hint of gratitude could be seen in his eyes as he looked at Zhong Shang. Zhong Shang clearly saw the look of gratitude in Duan Ling Tian's eyes. Master Duan, it seems like you're confident of winning. Could it be that I misjudged him? Master Duan, your celestial fire isn't a prominent celestial fire, but a Duke-grade celestial fire? Zhong Shang asked through voice transmission. Master Zhong, you must be joking. Indeed, my celestial fire is a prominent celestial fire. Duan Ling Tian replied through voice transmission. Then how dare you compete with He Pei Yuan, a Duke-grade celestial alchemist from the Profound Heaven celestial sect? If you're both heating the same pill cauldron, your prominent celestial fire won't be able to compete with a Duke-grade celestial fire. The two of them aren't even on the same level. Zhong Shang replied through voice transmission. Master Zhong, do you think I'm the kind of person who would seek trouble for myself? Duan Ling Tian asked through voice transmission when he heard Zhong Shang's words. Moreover, I only decided to compete with Master He from the Profound Heaven celestial sect after I asked you how fast he's heating a prominent celestial pill cauldron. Duan Ling Tian's voice was filled with confidence when he sent another voice transmission. His confidence caused Zhong Shang to take a deep look at him. Since that is the case, I will wait and see. In the next moment, Zhong Shang looked at Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven celestial sect, and explained the bet. Next, I, Zhong Shang, will be the witness of the bet between the chief celestial alchemists of the Profound Heaven celestial sect and the Tai Yi celestial sect. The outcome of this bet will be decided by Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect and Master He from the Profound Heaven celestial sect. Both Master Duan and Master He will have to heat their prominent celestial pill cauldrons. Whoever heats the cauldron faster will win the bet. If Master Duan wins, the Profound Heaven celestial sect will have to give him a triple trait Duke-grade celestial method to the Profound Heaven celestial sect. If Master He wins, Master Duan will have to give the triple trait Duke-grade celestial method he won from the Blissful sect to the Profound Heaven celestial sect. When Zhong Shang opened his mouth to notarize this alchemy competition bet, although his voice wasn't loud, it still attracted many onlookers. Many of the onlookers were from the Blissful sect and the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Ji Fan, the Arhat of the Blissful sect, and Murong Bing, a disciple of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect, had arrived. The person standing next to Ji Fan was none other than Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the Blissful sect. The person standing next to Murong Bing was none other than her junior sister, Liu Luo. Duan Ling Tian wants to compete with Master He in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons? When Ji Fan first arrived and learned about the bet between Duan Ling Tian and He Pei Yuan, he was stunned. He thought he had misheard Duan Ling Tian's words. Doesn't he know Master He from the Profound Heaven celestial sect is a supreme celestial alchemist who possesses a supreme Duke-grade celestial fire? He's just a prominent celestial alchemist who only possesses a prominent celestial fire. How can he compete with a supreme Duke-grade celestial alchemist who possesses a supreme Duke-grade celestial fire in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons? Isn't he looking for trouble? The more Ji Fan muttered to himself, the more he thought he had misheard. Humph. Xiao Gangyu scoffed and said to Ji Fan, Arhat, it seems like Master Duan from the Tai Yi celestial sect has become arrogant after winning the Blissful sect's celestial method. I can't believe he dares to compete with a supreme celestial alchemist in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons. Ji Fan snapped out of his daze when he heard Xiao Gangyu's words. He was certain he had not misheard. Although we won't be able to get our sect's celestial method back if he loses, it's still better for the celestial method to fall into the hands of the Profound Heaven celestial sect. I'd like to see how he's going to embarrass himself. Ji Fan looked at Duan Ling Tian from afar. A cold smile had appeared on his face at some point. Third senior sister, he wants to compete with a supreme celestial alchemist in heating prominent celestial pill cauldrons. Isn't it obvious he wants to give the celestial method he won from the Blissful sect to the Profound Heaven celestial sect? Liu Luo said as she looked at Murong Bing who was standing next to her. Liu Luo, Don't jump to conclusions before the results are out. Didn't you think he'd lose when he competed with Master Xiao from the Blissful Sect? Murong Bing shook her head when she heard Liu Luo's words. At this moment, her gaze had also landed on Duanling Tian. Similarly, she could feel the strong confidence in Duanling Tian. Although I don't know where you get your confidence from, I still believe in you. Murong Bing thought to herself. In the next moment, Murong Bing quickly retracted her gaze when she saw Duanling Tian turning his head. She's here as well? At this moment, Duanling Tian saw Murong Bing. Was she looking at me earlier? Binger. At this moment, Zhou Shuqiu, a disciple from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, arrived as well. She quickly moved to Murong Bing's side. Bing, do you think he'll win? Although Zhou Shuqiu did not think Duanling Tian would win since a prominent celestial fire and a supreme celestial fire could not be compared to a supreme celestial fire, she still could not help but ask Murong Bing. Yes. Murong Bing trusted Duanling Tian as always. Moreover, she felt that since Duanling Tian was the one who proposed this bet, he must be confident in winning. Master Duan, although the three prominent celestial alchemists from the Taiyi Celestial Sect, Situ Ming Yangchong, and Yu Zhongjing knew Duanling Tian's speed was heaven-defying, they were still worried that Duanling Tian's opponent was a supreme celestial alchemist with a supreme duke-grade celestial fire. For this reason they were not confident in Duanling Tian at all. After all, the difference between them was too great. A prominent celestial alchemist was on a completely different level from a supreme celestial alchemist. Although Master Duan's prominent celestial fire is extraordinary, it's still a prominent celestial fire. It only takes him half an hour to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. A supreme celestial fire that's superior to a prominent celestial fire is definitely faster than a prominent celestial pill cauldron. These were the thoughts of the three prominent celestial alchemists. Although Duanling Tian's cauldron heating speed was fast in front of everyone, the three of them knew Duanling Tian's true cauldron heating speed. Duanling Tian only needed half an hour to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. Even then, Duanling Tian was still a prominent celestial alchemist who only possessed a prominent celestial fire. In their opinion, this was not the case. No matter how heaven-defying Duanling Tian's prominent celestial fire was, it was still incomparable to a supreme celestial fire. Both of you will refine a cauldron of overarching heaven pills. Overarching heaven pills can only be refined with a prominent celestial pill cauldron or above. At this moment, Zhongshang's voice rang in the air again. This time, Zhongshang was telling Duanling Tian and He Pei Yuan to refine a cauldron of overarching heaven pills. It was only a competition of heating the cauldrons. However, whether or not they had completely finished heating the cauldron still depended on whether or not they could form the pill. Only then could they tell. Otherwise they could simply lie and claim that they were done heating the cauldrons. As soon as Zhongshang finished speaking, Duanling Tian and He Pei Yuan took out a prominent celestial pill cauldron each. In this alchemy competition, no one doubted that there would be problems with the alchemy cauldrons that the two of them took out. After all, they were going to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pills. Therefore, only a prominent celestial pill cauldron or above would be able to successfully refine the prominent celestial pill. It was impossible for Duanling Tian and He Pei Yuan to refine the overarching heaven pills with cauldrons that were inferior to prominent celestial pills. Apart from that, they could use a higher grade cauldron to refine the overarching heaven pills since it would be equivalent to admitting defeat. After all, the higher the grade of a cauldron, the more difficult it was to heat the cauldron. Whoosh, whoosh. Under everyone's watchful eyes, after the two prominent celestial pill cauldrons appeared, Duanling Tian and He Pei Yuan released their celestial fires. Everyone could clearly sense the aura of a prominent celestial fire in Duanling Tian's hand. As for He Pei Yuan's celestial fire, everyone could clearly sense its aura. It was different from a prominent celestial fire, but it was much denser than a prominent celestial fire. This is a supreme celestial fire? Aren't you spouting nonsense? Master, he is a supreme celestial alchemist. It's only natural that his celestial fire is a supreme celestial fire. Although there's no doubt about the outcome of this competition, it's still worth it to be able to see a supreme celestial fire. Many people could not help but sigh when they saw the celestial fire in He Pei Yuan's hand. Meanwhile, whoosh, whoosh. Both Duanling Tian and He Pei Yuan directed their celestial fires into the cauldrons hovering in front of them. The cauldrons swayed slightly as though they were alive. They're heating the cauldrons. Seeing this scene, the eyes of the group of onlookers immediately lit up again. Initially, Situ Ming Yangchong, and Yu Zhongjing from the Tai Yi Celestial sect were worried He Pei Yuan would be able to heat the cauldrons in half an hour. After all, He Pei Yuan was a supreme celestial alchemist who possessed a supreme celestial fire. A Duke-grade celestial fire was a celestial fire that was superior to a prominent celestial fire. Duan Lingtian's prominent celestial fire would only take half an hour to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. On the other hand, a supreme celestial fire would definitely take less time to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. This was also their preconceived notion. However, after half an hour, they discovered He Pei Yuan was still not done heating the cauldrons. At this moment. Chapter 2880. Am I seeing things? Duan Lingtian has finished heating his cauldron? That's ridiculous. It's only been half an hour and he's already done heating his cauldron? Impossible. That's impossible. That's right. That's impossible. Master He from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect is a supreme celestial alchemist who possesses a supreme celestial fire. However, even he hasn't finished heating his prominent celestial pill cauldron. How could Duan Lingtian have finished heating his prominent celestial pill cauldron? Duan Lingtian must be pretending to heat his cauldron. In fact, he hasn't even finished heating his cauldron. I don't know what's the point of him doing this. If he hasn't finished heating his cauldron, it's impossible for him to refine the overarching heaven pill. These two prominent celestial pill cauldrons weren't heated in advance. I've checked with my divine consciousness before they started heating their cauldrons. In other words, it's impossible for Duan Lingtian to heat his prominent celestial pill cauldrons. A commotion broke out among the onlookers when they saw Duan Lingtian had finished heating his cauldron. After the uproar, the crowd began to whisper and discuss among themselves. None of them believed that Duan Lingtian had really finished heating the cauldron. They thought he was just putting on an act. However, they did not think it was meaningful for Duan Lingtian to put on an act. I'd like to see how you're going to refine the overarching heaven pill now that you've pretended to heat your cauldron. Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial sect, sneered when he saw this. The other people from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect looked at Duan Lingtian with a sneer on their faces. Third senior sister. Isn't he being too reckless? Initially, Liu Luo had confidence in Duan Lingtian because of Murong Bing. However, she was speechless when she saw Duan Lingtian pretending to heat his cauldron after half an hour. Murong Bing fell silent at Lulua's words. At this moment, even if she was willing to believe in Duan Lingtian, she felt that it was almost impossible for Duan Lingtian to finish heating the cauldron in just half an hour. That was a high-grade immortal pill cauldron. What is he trying to do? Don't you know it's meaningless to put on such an act? Zhou Shuqiu frowned as she looked at Duan Lingtian with a puzzled expression. There was worry in the depths of her eyes. After Duan Lingtian finished heating the cauldron, he continued with the next step of refining pills. However, not many people believed that he would be able to successfully refine the overarching heaven pill. The reason why no one believed that Duan Lingtian would be able to successfully concoct the overarching heaven pill was because, in fact, no one believed that Duan Lingtian would be able to successfully concoct the overarching heaven pill. After all, there were a few people present who believed that Duan Lingtian would be able to successfully refine the overarching heaven pill. These people were none other than Duan Lingtian, Situ Ming Yang Chong, and Yu Zhongjing, the three prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai Yi Celestial sect. Half an hour has passed, and He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect, still hasn't finished heating the cauldron? A supreme celestial alchemist like him hasn't finished heating the prominent pill cauldron in just half an hour? Isn't he a little too slow? Is he purposely going easy on Master Duan? At this moment, Situ Ming Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing found the situation ridiculous. Master Duan from the Tai Yi Celestial sect was only a prominent celestial alchemist who possessed a prominent celestial fire, but he had already finished heating the prominent pill cauldron. On the other hand, Master He from the Profound Heaven Celestial sect, a supreme celestial alchemist who possessed a supreme celestial fire, had yet to finish heating the prominent pill cauldron. However, they only found it ridiculous in the beginning. After about an hour, He Pei Yuan, the supreme Duke-grade celestial alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial sect, finally finished heating the prominent celestial pill cauldron. It was only then that they realized a problem. This was their first time seeing a supreme celestial alchemist heating a prominent pill cauldron. In fact, they had never heard of how long it would take for a supreme celestial alchemist to heat a prominent pill cauldron. Therefore, they instinctively thought that it was only natural. A supreme celestial alchemist would be faster than a prominent celestial alchemist heating a prominent pill cauldron. After all, a supreme celestial alchemist's supreme celestial fire was a grade higher than a prominent celestial alchemist's supreme celestial fire. Perhaps we were wrong from the beginning. When Situ Ming saw the smug smile on He Pei Yuan's face after he finished heating the prominent pill cauldron, he looked at Yang Chong and Yu Zhongjing who were standing next to him and said with a sigh, Master Duan's prominent celestial fire can't be compared to ordinary prominent celestial fires. I agree. Master Duan is a prominent celestial alchemist. Other prominent celestial alchemists are no match for him at all. Yang Chong agreed with Situ Ming's words. Even a supreme celestial alchemist's supreme celestial fire can't compare to his prominent celestial fire. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. Look at He Pei Yuan's expression when he saw Master Duan had finished heating the cauldron. It seems like he thinks that Master Duan didn't heat his cauldron and that it's impossible for him to refine the overarching heaven pill. At this moment, even Yu Zhongjing, who was usually a man of few words, had spoken so much. Upon hearing Yu Zhongjing's words, Situ Ming and Yang Chong turned to look at He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the profound heaven celestial sect. After He Pei Yuan finished heating the cauldron, he looked at Duan Ling Tian with disdain. Just like everyone else, He Pei Yuan did not think Duan Ling Tian would be able to finish heating the cauldron before him. I'd like to see how you're going to deal with this when you fail to refine the overarching heaven pill. The celestial method you obtained from the blissful sect is destined to be ours. He Pei Yuan sneered as he looked at Duan Ling Tian. Then he calmed down and focused on the next step. Time continued to pass by. Master, he is starting to condense the pills. As expected of a supreme celestial alchemist. He's able to catch up to Duan Ling Tian, the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi celestial sect, in such a short time. After condensing the pills, it's time to collect the pills. As a supreme celestial alchemist, it's a waste for Master He to refine the overarching heaven pill. He'll definitely be able to refine more than 10 pills. Under everyone's expectant gazes, He Pei Yuan began to collect the pills after he finished condensing the pills. 11 overarching heaven pills. As expected of a supreme celestial alchemist. He managed to refine 11 overarching heaven pills so easily. He Pei Yuan successfully refined 11 overarching heaven pills and successfully completed the refinement of the overarching heaven pills. Master He, you'll have to heat the prominent celestial pill cauldron for 1 hour. Meanwhile, Zhongshang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, who was the witness of the bet, spoke up. Next, we'll wait for Master Duan to finish refining the overarching heaven pill. If Master Duan successfully refines the overarching heaven pill, he'll still win even if he takes a long time to finish refining the overarching heaven pill cauldron. As long as he successfully refines the overarching heaven pill cauldron, he'll only need half an hour to heat the prominent celestial pill cauldron. However, if he fails to refine the overarching heaven pill, he'll lose the bet. If he fails to refine the overarching heaven pill cauldron, he'll be suspected of faking it. Upon hearing Zhongshang's words, everyone turned to look at Duan Ling Tian. Although Duan Ling Tian no longer intentionally hid his strength, his speed was still slower than He Pei Yuan, who was a supreme celestial alchemist. Therefore, He Pei Yuan managed to catch up to Duan Ling Tian. However, after a few more hours, Duan Ling Tian finally entered the core formation stage. Duan Ling Tian. Is he going to condense his core? Condense his core? Do you think he'll succeed? He hasn't finished heating the cauldron. It's impossible for him to condense his core. The onlookers shook their heads when they saw Duan Ling Tian performing the pill refinement step. They did not think Duan Ling Tian would be able to successfully condense the pill. These people, do they really think Master Duan is going to lose? I really want to see their expressions when Master Duan successfully refines the overarching heaven pill. How many overarching heaven pills do you think Master Duan will be able to refine if he doesn't hide his skills? It won't be any less than He Pei Yuan. The 3 prominent celestial alchemists from the Tai Yi celestial sect, including Situ Ming, whispered among themselves. They were eager to see how many overarching heaven pills Duan Ling Tian would be able to refine. Master Duan is going to refine his core formation. When Situ Ming and the other 2 saw Duan Ling Tian's hand landing on the pill cauldron, their eyes lit up immediately. It was as dazzling as the stars in the night sky. What a bluff. Everyone from the profound heaven celestial sect, including Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Tai Yi celestial sect, thought Duan Ling Tian was bluffing. It was as though they could see Duan Lingtian failing to refine even one overarching heaven pill. Can he really refine the overarching heaven pill after heating his cauldron for half an hour? Unlike Liu Luo and Zhou Shuqiu's despair, Murong Bing's eyes were filled with hope as she looked at Duan Lingtian. It was as though she was hoping for a miracle. In the next moment, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Under the watchful eyes of the others, a total of 13 streaks of light shot out from Duan Lingtian's pill cauldron and entered Duan Lingtian's hand one by one. It was none other than the 13 newly refined medicinal pills. In the blink of an eye, the entire place fell into a deathly silence. After a while, an uproar broke out. This, T13 overarching heaven pills? Heavens! He really refined the overarching heaven pill? How's this possible? Chapter 2881. How is this possible? The people from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, including sect leader Bai Wuji, widened their eyes in shock and disbelief when they saw this scene. At this time they could also confirm that it only took the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect half an hour to heat up the prominent celestial pill cauldron. If he hadn't finished heating the cauldron, he wouldn't have been able to refine the overarching heaven pill. Moreover, Duan Lingtian had successfully refined a total of 13 overarching heaven pills. It was more than the number of overarching heaven pills refined by He Peiyuan, the supreme celestial alchemist of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. In other words, in fact, Duan Lingtian's alchemy skills were even better than Master He from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. It seems that even when he was competing with me earlier, he was still holding back. Xiao Gangyu, the chief celestial alchemist of the Blissful Sect, had a grim expression on his face when he saw Duan Lingtian holding 13 overarching heaven pills. When he recalled the scenes of his alchemy competition with Duan Lingtian, he was thoroughly convinced. Both of them were prominent celestial alchemists. Duan Lingtian's alchemy standards completely convinced him. How is that possible? How did he manage to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron in just half an hour? Moreover, he managed to refine 13 overarching heaven pills. Unlike Xiao Gangyu, who was impressed by Duan Lingtian's alchemy skills, Ji Fan, the Arhat of the Blissful Sect, looked at Duan Lingtian in disbelief. He must have cheated. He must have cheated. In the end, Ji Fan even claimed that Duan Lingtian must have cheated. Upon hearing Ji Fan's words, Xiao Gangyu glanced at him with disdain. Not to mention that Duan Lingtian might not have any other tricks up his sleeve. Even if he had used some other method to heat the cauldron and refine 13 overarching heaven pills in half an hour, it was still his own ability. After all, from the very beginning of this alchemy competition, there was no rule that stated that other methods could not be used. He actually managed to refine the overarching heaven pill. Lulua stared at Duan Lingtian in shock. When Zhou Shuqiu looked at Duan Lingtian again, her face was full of shock, and her eyes were full of splendor. Murong Bing didn't say anything, but she was relieved when she saw Murong Bing's expression. Clearly, her heart had been hanging in the air just now. Alchemist He, this alchemy competition. At the same time, Zhong Shang, the supreme grade celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters, looked at He Peiyuan, the supreme grade celestial alchemist from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. If He Peiyuan was only a prominent celestial alchemist, he could have just announced the results. However, since Duan Lingtian was a supreme grade celestial alchemist like him, Duan Lingtian had to show due respect. I lost. Hearing Zhong Shang's words, He Peiyuan recovered from his shock. At the same time he said bitterly, it doesn't matter if he used some other method to win. I have indeed lost this pill competition. This alchemist, he seems to be a straightforward person. Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow. He had a better impression of He Peiyuan. Following that, Duan Lingtian saw another token. He Peiyuan raised his hand and took out a token that was shrouded in a profound light. He passed it to Bai Wuji, the sect leader of the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. Sect leader, this is my king-grade celestial weapon, the Flame Ancient Token. Alchemist He, the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect doesn't want your celestial weapon. It's just a Duke-grade divine ability, it's nothing to the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect. However, Bai Wuji did not take the king-grade celestial weapon from He Peiyuan. With a wave of his hand, a memory celestial talisman appeared in his hand. Then he passed it to Duan Lingtian. Alchemist Duan, this is the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect's reward for losing to you. The Profound Heaven Celestial Sect has lost this bet. Duan Lingtian did not hesitate and took the memory celestial talisman from Bai Wuji. At the same time, he extended his divine consciousness into the memory celestial talisman. Indeed, it's a triple trait Duke grade divine ability. This Duke grade divine ability is called the Eastern Purple Chi. Whether it's offense, speed, or defense, it's not the best Duke grade divine ability, but it's not the worst either. It's quite balanced. In the memory immortal talisman by Wuxia had given him, there was a triple trait divine ability called Purple Chi from the East, which was a triple trait divine ability that was relatively balanced in terms of offense, speed, and defense. Unlike the triple trait Duke grade celestial method, the immobilization king method, that Duan Lingtian had won from the blissful sect, the Eastern Purple Chi celestial method, the Eastern Purple Chi, that had a triple trait Duke grade celestial method. Congratulations, Alchemist Duan. A voice transmission suddenly rang in Duan Lingtian's ears. It was none other than Zhong Shang, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Alliance of Celestial Masters who was in charge of the bet. Alchemist Zhong, without your reminder, this alchemy competition wouldn't have happened. In any case, I, Duan Lingtian, will remember your kindness. Duan Lingtian looked at Zhong Shang and solemnly replied through voice transmission. Previously, he did not know how long it would take for a supreme celestial alchemist to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron. It was only after he asked Zhong Shang that he learned the answer. After asking Zhong Shang, Duan Lingtian felt confident that he would win. Therefore, he took the initiative to challenge the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect to obtain the triple trait Duke grade divine ability. I only casually answered your question. It's not a big deal. However, I didn't expect you to be able to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron so quickly. Alchemist Duan, your prominent celestial fire is extraordinary. At the very least, it's heaven-defying when it comes to heating cauldrons. Zhong Shang sighed. Alchemist Zhong, you can tell? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow. Earlier, many people were saying he must have used some other method to heat a prominent celestial pill cauldron so quickly. Even He Pei Yuan, the supreme celestial alchemist from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect, thought so. However, based on Zhong Shang's words, it was clear Duan Lingtian did not rely on any other method to heat a prominent celestial fire. After all, I've been a supreme celestial alchemist for many years. If I can't even see this, I wouldn't be worthy of being called a supreme celestial alchemist. Zhong Shang smiled faintly. You can't say that. Take Master He from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect for example. Although he's also a supreme celestial alchemist, he doesn't seem to realize I'm only relying on my prominent celestial fire. Duan Lingtian shook his head. Apothecary He's emotions are in a mess because he lost the bet. That's why he came up with such thoughts. As the saying goes, the onlooker sees more clearly. If Apothecary He was the one watching today, he would also be able to see through it like me. Zhong Shang continued to say. Although the bet between Duan Lingtian and the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect had attracted many people's attention, many people did not pay attention to it. Now that the results of the bet were out, it caused a huge commotion in the alchemy square. The chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, who's not even 100 years old, actually won against Master He from the Profound Heaven Celestial Sect? Moreover, they were competing in heating a prominent celestial pill cauldron? Master He, a supreme celestial alchemist, lost to a prominent celestial pill cauldron? Is this a joke? Although I don't want to believe it, I saw it with my own eyes. While the alchemy square was in an uproar due to the bet between Duan Lingtian and He Pei Yuan, Duan Lingtian had once again become the center of attention. Heavens! Who's Master Duan from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect? He's not even 100 years old, but he's already so accomplished in alchemy. In the entire Southern Heaven territory, I don't think there's another celestial alchemist who's younger than 100 years old who's as accomplished as him, right? I can imagine how great Master Duan will be in the Southern Heaven territory once he matures. We should get to know someone like him as soon as possible. If we miss this opportunity, there won't be a second chance. Amidst the exclamations, the people from the various top sects and many well-known sectless cultivators came up to Duan Lingtian one after another to get close to him. On the other hand, Duan Lingtian only responded perfunctorily. Fame was the bane of a man's existence. At this moment, Duan Lingtian finally understood the meaning of this saying. Now that I've obtained a triple trait Duke grade celestial method and a triple trait Duke grade divine ability, there's no need for me to look for people to bet with me during the alchemy conference. Although Duan Lingtian did not plan to leave Alchemy City or the Barren Land for the time being, he did not plan to look for people to compete with him. Naturally, he knew this was not the case. Even if he looked for people to compete with him, they might not be willing to do so. Master Duan, I didn't expect you to only need half an hour to heat up the prominent celestial pill cauldron. From today onward, the title of the #1 prominent celestial alchemist in the 6 southeastern regions is yours. Sun Chao, who had been following Duan Lingtian since the beginning of the alchemy square, was Duan Lingtian. He could not help but sigh with emotion after watching Duan Lingtian deal with the people who tried to curry favor with him. Since Sun Chao had been following Duan Lingtian since the beginning, he had witnessed the entire process of Duan Lingtian and He Peiyuan's alchemy competition. During the process, he was so shocked that he could not regain his senses for a long time. Duan Lingtian naturally humbly responded to Sun Chao's words. The alchemy conference continued. In just a blink of an eye, almost a month had passed. The alchemy conference was nearing its end. Brat, find a secluded place. I'll join forces with the profound divine metal to open the box for you. Duan Lingtian was walking around the alchemy square with Huan when an old voice suddenly rang in his ears. Duan Lingtian froze in his tracks as though he was struck by lightning. It's the Chaos Divine Flame's voice. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.